All
Yeah,
right,
your stuff now.
here we go. Last we left you guys off, you guys had finished up at Craigmont Castle, made your way back to the town of Phandalin. Upon arriving back at the town of Phandalin, you guys stopped at Barthen's Provisions and tried to trade in to find any, um, see if you could find any magical items. Kohi was lucky enough to find a pair of night goggles, and Alice asked if he had anything special for her. He told her to come back the next day, and uh, you guys left for the evening, going to the tavern to see what you could find. You guys did stop to go see Sildar. He gave you guys a small bag of coin as thank you for saving Gundren. Um, from there, you guys went back to the tavern, where Davpos had a small conversation with an old friend, Sister Gariel, where she mentioned that the townships of 10 towns were having some sort of issue with some sort of endless winter from Auriel. You guys spent the evening at the inn for one last night of good sleep, before making your way in the morning towards the cavern known as the Wave Echo Cave. Upon reaching the entrance of the cave, you guys noticed that there was additional footprints nearby, and upon entering, you guys discovered the lifeless body of one of Gundren's brothers. Um, Gundren, thinking that trying to take on the Black Spider was going to be a little bit above his knowledge and know-how, stayed back at the camp to kind of make sure that no one else was going to enter in behind you guys. You guys tried to get down a rope that had been tied off to one of the stalagmites. A couple of you slipped and had a few incidents, but ultimately you guys made it down, and at the bottom of the cavern you guys did find, towards the north end of the collapsed area, the boots of Gundren's younger brother. From there, you guys decided to head east and into a cavern, a 30-foot tall cavern. You guys saw a number of dead bodies on the floor. Alice went down to check out one of them, and as she was down looking at it, a scourge came down from the top of the cavern and attached itself to her neck and started sucking blood. You guys looked up and you guys saw a flock of scourge come down towards you. And as you guys fought your way through, ultimately the scourge did suck some of the blood, the life force out of you guys, but you guys were victorious for this battle. And that's where we left you guys, in this cavern of dead orc and dwarves that most likely died in the final battle of the Wave Echo Cave. So that's where we'll pick up, as you guys have just finished fighting the scourge.
Walk forward out to here and see if there's any foot traffic.
Okay. Make me a perception check.
Terrible.
Okay. You look down, and it does look like the dust has been disturbed through here. There's not a lot of footprints. Perhaps 4 or 5 sets of footprints kind of coming through here. You can't really make out quite what or how big they look like a medium-sized humanoid's footprints.
They're not that big. You can't tell where they've been coming and going.
Can you tell?
Did you know how many?
About 5 or 6 of them.
Hadn't somebody mentioned checking south?
Don't know if that's the case, but we could.
Or we could follow the footprints.
Well, I was just gonna say,
They're kind of all over. You can't really tell which way they've been coming or going.
All right. Well,
we may as well try south,
let's do
I
it.
guess. I will go with
Okay,
the
for
perception
south.
check and the stealth roll. Which would you like first?
I mean, make me a perception check and then the stealth roll. And as you look back, you see Nikolai. You see him stub his toe, and he's like, "Guys, I'm gonna head back to the main cavern with Gundren. I think I'm gonna sit this one out for a little bit."
I
You
goddamn
are,
disappear.
The night.
Hey,
Wait,
man,
where did Sneaky One go?
Go.
Probably sneaking.
Bum 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 bum
Oh
bum.
God, he's got his own theme song.
All right. So as you come down to the end of the hallway, you seem to come to think that this hallway that you're coming down was the original entrance into this Wave Echo Cave. As you see where is it? Yeah, you see a kind of a large, impressive opening, kind of leading into the cavern that you guys just came from. As you come up to this intersection up ahead, you see two doors on either side of the hallway, about 10 feet in or so.
Are they made out of wood?
They are made out of wood.
Ooh, we
Can
got
I
an
check
axe,
them to
but
be
it'll
sure
loud.
they don't explode before she shatters them?
Sure, which one are you looking for first?
I'll check the floor on the way up to the door here, just make sure it's not trapped, and then check the door.
Okay.
So, I
Make
guess
me an
just
investigation check.
Investigation? Ah, you bastard.
You're looking for something specific now.
It's 2 8s in a row.
All right. You looking at the floor, it doesn't look like this is trapped. At least, you come to think that, I mean, this was a main thoroughfare when this cave was active a number of years ago, and probably was not a place that they would likely put a trap.
I look down, look over, and say, "Would you like to do it, or you want me to?" To Alice.
I mean, I'll whack it.
Get at it,
Be
skeleton
my
face.
guest. What's
Which
that?
do we decide which one first?
Lady's choice, I assume.
All right. I'm gonna whack it.
Okay.
No,
What?
no.
What?
Cancel. No. Okay. Nope. Just click
Hop
out.
over here with Quixotic. Does this look ruined down here, or what are we seeing down here with this rubbly looking
It's
stuff?
collapsed,
Yeah.
right?
The rock to the south
This is where it's
looks
working.
like it was a collapsed portion of the cavern. Likely why there was not another visible entrance on the outside of the mountain into the cave.
I'm gonna attack the door recklessly.
Recklessly,
Not that I
All
would
right.
have to.
Careful, it might attack back.
it hits back.
Glad you did.
That's why we
Yeah,
do
I'll have it.
reckless.
But doesn't it do like it crits, or what's the special
When
name?
it hits,
hit
it
it, I guess.
crits. Yeah.
When it hits.
No, it does. This is max damage. It's not a
Oh,
crit.
that's what it is. Yeah.
Yeah, you hit the door and the door explodes into a million tiny little pieces. You do think that the door was probably unlocked.
The element of
That
surprise.
is besides the point.
That's how we roll.
Candles are for pussies.
As you look into this
Indeed.
this room, you see a number of wooden splinters all over the floor, along with splintered stone benches and heaps of rubble from a partially collapsed ceiling that fill in the room. Amid the ruined stone
Wow.
bunks and toppled weapon racks, there are bones of several dwarves and orcs.
Weapon racks, eh?
There's a structural foundation problems around here. I don't know how well their maintenance department is.
I heard the keyword of weapons.
I mean,
That sounds good. Yes.
Can I take a peek before I enter to make sure I'm not walking into something stupid?
Sure. Make me an investigation check.
yeah, I'll watch the
I will.
door
I
while
will
you all go in.
assist.
All right.
No, you cancel.
Do it
I'll
with
forfeit the thing,
advantage.
then go on the red to that part.
Okay. You look inside and you don't see any tripwires. You don't see any. It doesn't look like there's any traps on the other side of this door waiting for you.
All right, I'm gonna lead the way.
I believe in you.
Just an empty room.
I'll follow along behind. Is there anything on the floor of the room at all, or like the,
Splinters and
There's a number
Rubble?
of old bunks, some weapon racks. If you want to look at the weapons,
it's a guard room.
feel free to make an investigation check. If you want to look at the weapons, I'll tell you. I mean, just looking down, I mean, like you see a number of spears and shields and swords, and that's what you see in the immediateness as you look through.
Monty, does any of this belong in a museum?
I don't know. Does so I was actually just gonna ask if we could start understanding the origins of the cave, who made it, what it's, how old it might be.
Okay. As you start to kind of look down and explore, kind of examine the room a little bit further, Quixotic, from the back corner, you start to hear something stir up in this area.
Oh,
There
son
it
of
is.
a perception check to tell a little better, or
I mean, you can make an active perception check. With a 16,
Yes,
you
I
heard.
will-
With a
I
16,
will
you
do
heard
it.
something start to stir. So,
heads up, there's something in this room, I will say, and then I will do an active perception check.
okay.
That is another 8. So I say, heads up, there's something in this room over there, and I kind of point off towards that corner.
As you begin to point that out, everyone else, you start to feel a little bit of a shake around you, as you guys start to see the bones begin to stir and start to knit themselves back together.
Look,
Uh, The
I'm
skeletons around you look like they are no longer just piles of bones.
I'd say retreat and close
gonna
the door
put you
behind
back in a
us, but
museum.
Yeah,
Not so
about that
much.
door.
And
Ah,
I need everyone to roll initiative.
Well,
that's
that
not
just-
where you said they were.
Click your chars.
Gotcha.
That was the one that you heard was over there.
Stealthy undead mother.
I'll take it.
Oof.
where are you? Where are you?
I firmly believe I'm probably faster than these skeletons.
You are.
I'm not.
Me neither.
All right.
Freaking waves. I'm not. Boom.
Very ominous.
Oh, come on.
You open the
There it is.
door. Boom.
And as these skeletons rise up, you guys ready your weapons, and the fight ensues, starting with Quixotic.
I am going to bonus action disengage to. There, I think. 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's fine. I will take a pot shot at purple then.
Through the wall.
Yeah, through the wall.
Oh wait, no, sorry. I thought the door was in another spot. Let's try that again. Yeah, purple. And it'll be there instead. I thought the door was there. I wasn't looking very carefully. So I will, yeah. Eat this purple. Sneak attack will apply because he is next to. Not with an 8
Alice.
though.
Oh, Monty. Okay. You undisturbed or a little bit perturbed by the number of skeletons that have just risen from the ground around you. You, with your longbow up and these tight quarters through the doorway, your arrow goes just wide of the skeleton, skidding across the floor.
Okay. And then I will turn to the two that are right next to me and say, straight in into the back, and then around the corner to the left, as well as forward.
Pretty
And-
much all over bad.
Yeah, just all over, but just be careful of the two that are right inside the door to the left. Right inside the door to the left.
All right.
And then I shall conclude my turn.
With that, Monty, skeletons have popped up around you. What are you gonna do?
Didn't Kohi go or Kohi? Oh, I see Kohi's. That was old. I am going to cast Bane on the one by Alice, the one by me, and the two by the one by the purple, yellow, and let's go. We are going to Bane. Kind of sort of rolled it.
All right. So which three are you targeting?
Purple, yellow, and orange.
Purple, yellow, and orange. All right. We're gonna do purple first. Charisma saving throw. He fails. We're gonna go yellow next.
They don't look very charismatic.
He fails.
Dramatic failure. Boom.
Failure. Boom.
And orange succeeds, I'm assuming, right? 13?
Yes, it does.
All right.
Freaking eye roll.
That's what? It's 16, isn't it? Doesn't do the math for
But
you?
the saving throw is 13, I bet.
Oh, gotcha.
You see
with a 19.
13
Yeah, with a
or something.
19. 13. saving throw.
All right, so they
The
are
saving-
baned.
2 of them are.
And with
I fix
that,
myself another drink.
I am going to inspire Alice.
Thank you.
Bardic inspiration for Alice.
I think I was inspired recently and I never used that.
You still might be. Maybe. I don't know. It lasts, what, 10 minutes?
It's not.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, it's definitely gone then.
All right, then.
All right, Monty. Does that end your turn?
And that'll be turn.
Okay.
Gonna- I'm just going to stay right where I'm at.
All right, Alice.
I'm gonna swap from Hugh to Halberd and recklessly attack yellow Baney boy.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah. Advantage. Good job.
Does it hit?
As you bring your halberd up and hit the skeleton, it hits, connects.
11's a lot.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
The solid hit.
All right. Do you only do your radiant damage when you are raging?
Correct.
Okay. You hit the skeleton and it takes the damage, and you can see its rib cage kind of collapse apart, but it's still standing there holding its long sword in its hand, or short sword in its hand.
All right. I'm gonna use my bonus attack to hit him with the other end.
Okay. As you bring the back end of your pole arm up and you smash him in the ribs, you manage to attack. You manage to hit, and this pile of bones just forms back into the pile of bones at your feet. The skeleton is dead.
think it might be vulnerable to bludgeoning attacks. I can't remember.
That ends my turn.
All right. With that, Tehran, you are up.
Exotic kind of told us what was going on, so I'll edge into the room here, and then move up to next to Alice, and then I'll just attack this guy above me.
Okay.
Purple.
All right.
Yes, I will try to cleave him at his spine, where he has the least amount of bones. Oh. Yeah.
Hey,
As you-
there you go.
As you bring your greatsword into the skeleton, you hit basically right at the clavicle, and you come down, slicing him right in half, diagonally. The skeleton falls to the floor. Again, a pile of bones.
Fuck you, skeleton bitch. Cool. I probably moved 1, 2, 3. I'll go here. After beating him up.
Okay.
Actually, I'll stand on top of this body.
Sounds good. With that, it is the skeleton's turn. They, having just risen up and feeling this power within them, they begin to make their attacks. Kohi, the blue and the orange one, take their short swords out and swing at you.
Come at me, bro.
First one swings at you and manages to go just wide. The blue one manages, as you're ducking down to avoid the orange one, the blue one comes in from underneath and manages to connect,
Hey.
taking 8 piercing
Or
damage.
eight.
All right.
I'm glad I took that shot before I came out here.
Monty, the green one is going to come down towards you along with the red one. Tehran, the pink one, is going to come down, is going to come towards you.
The
We're going to
pink
go.
one enters Alice's reach.
The pink one does enter Alice's reach.
I'll get him.
This is a bonus action or a
Reaction.
reaction? Okay.
She only gets one.
Okay.
per turn.
Do I just do this?
Yeah, just make a halberd attack. That's a hue.
Oh, my bad.
It's okay.
I saw the H. I got excited.
It's okay. It's usually a D, but H is.
I'm still this, yeah?
You don't have advantage during not your turn.
Boo.
Sorry, but doesn't matter. 15, bitch.
Your 15 hits the skeleton as he comes to attack Tehran, and it takes the 5 slashing damage.
Hack off some ribs.
All right, so we're gonna go pink, green, red in that order with their short swords.
Music.
Put that shit on, dude.
Who is he attacking? Who's this one attacking?
The pink one is attacking you.
Okay.
The green one's attacking, and green one are attacking Monty.
He stabs himself in the kneecap.
Swings so hard he hits himself in the foot.
He hits his partner.
Yeah.
And knocks the other
three.
one off balance.
Ineffectual.
Yeah.
All 3 attacks come at you, and they're still a little bit unsturdy on their legs, having this newfound magical reincarnation, and go. All 3 attacks go just wide. The skeletons in the back corner attempt to. The green and red one is going to come towards you, Alice, entering into your space right up into you, and is going to attack you with its short sword.
You also don't need to take your reaction the first time someone enters your reach. It's a can.
Mm-hmm.
Oof.
And it manages to connect, and you take 4 piercing damage as its short sword stabs you right
Me?
along the gut.
Motherfucker.
Motherfucker. Did he have advantage?
Good.
He did not have
Motherfucking
advantage.
skeletons and
Well, he
this
does if he's
motherfucking
attacking
cave.
Alice.
All right.
Well, he hit me. It doesn't matter. No.
He could crit you.
Oh.
Yeah, you're correct. We'll address it next time. The skeletons in the back corner are going to pick up their long bows or their short bows that have been somehow not decomposed over the years, and are going
Ironwood.
to start making plucky attacks. They saw an arrow come through the door and are going to try and take a shot off at Quixotic,
Oh my god, bone archers.
who
Ooh.
has I'll give you a half cover on this one, Quixotic,
Hmm.
as he tries
Don't,
to.
don't rob me. It's I guess Alice is in the way.
Alice is
They're
in the
firing
way.
around a lot of
That
shit.
doorway.
Way.
Bitch, I'm huge.
Bitch be mighty.
You rage, you're
Alright.
like 3 times as big.
Red purple takes a shot off
That'll
at you,
go.
Quixotic.
That'll do it.
Does that cover like 2 AC or something like that? 3 AC?
2 AC.
2 AC?
Oh well, that'll still
Yeah.
do it.
Okay.
Meets it beats
Um,
it.
So you take 5 piercing damage as this arrow comes through the fray and hits you. Red orange is going to also take a shot at you, Quixotic, from a distance.
Do I get half because I'm raging?
Raging mad.
I get 3/4 from red orange, right? Because the door frame.
No,
And
you
there's
are.
two-
You're
and
pretty
there's
wide
two
open.
people. In front of me.
No.
You get half cover.
Okay. I'll take it.
He is not a kind, just God.
Take your lumps.
He was pretty kind to me.
That's
He
all
must
right.
like me better.
Everybody does.
His trying to aim around Tehran, he manages to hit the door frame as you kind of duck behind it, and finally the red yellow one is going to. What is he gonna do? Seeing his friend just get destroyed, or seeing his for another skeleton get destroyed by Alice, is going to try and take a shot at you, Alice, with his short bow.
He has advantage.
Thank you for the reminder. And does an 18 hit?
Both
It
of them
does.
are good.
Yep, those are both good.
You take 8 damage.
Hey. Remember you're inspired too, so but that
Oh.
wouldn't work here, but just remember you've got that.
Thank you.
And with that ends the skeletons round. Kohi, you are up.
Yeah, we're gonna try to get these people away. Gonna do some word radiance. DC 13 con roll. Against the gold and blue.
Constitution, you said?
Yes.
All right. Oh, that was not supposed to be advantage. I will take the lower of them.
Well, it's the first roll, so 8 on the
Yeah.
gold guy. Takes 2 radiant damage.
Okay. And blue.
That's a saver.
All right. He takes
Okay.
2. So orange takes 2 damage, and
I didn't know that.
blue resists your holy symbol, your words, and does that end your turn?
Sorry.
Do you get spiritual weapon, Kohi?
Yes, he does.
Excuse me?
That's, you
Do you
can summon a
Do you have spiritual weapon or no?
I don't think I do. No.
No. Okay.
That is spell.
That's
Pretty
a
yeah,
vague.
it's a spell, you can
spell.
summon it.
That you can then use your bonus action to attack with.
Yeah, you summon a sword and then you get like an extra attack as your bonus action.
Yeah.
The
I
cost
thought
is
maybe.
preloaded with an action, but then you get an extra attack for a bonus every turn after.
I think the nice thing about it is it's not a concentration spell.
Yeah.
So,
Which is fucking nice. There's so many concentration spells.
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, Kohi, does that end your turn?
Yeah, turn.
All right, Dapos.
All right. I'm going to walk in the room with my hands charged with 2 separate balls of lightning.
Good.
And I'm going to go for red blue. Like literally, I'm walking through a door, throwing my hands out and just shooting both in the face.
Nice.
All right, that's 1. And 2 queued up.
It's a good one.
All right. The
Yeah.
chromatic orb goes off in both
Yeah.
directions.
Dang.
And
Drink to that one.
you hit
My friend.
the blue one
There you go.
with your lightning damage, and you can see the bones kind of crack, and it takes the damage, and like some of the bones fall off, but it looks at you and like and the red one, as it doesn't even have the time to react, it's just a smoldering pile of skeletal remains just standing there waiting, or now it's waiting to be revived at some point again in the future. The red one died.
It is no more.
All right. Does that end your turn?
Yeah, and that was 1 sorcery point for me for that. So
All right. With that, Quixotic.
So the lightning bolts he fired off were off to the I guess south side, right?
no, I went left and right.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, 1-1. Okay. Okay, there's still one there. I will, I guess, return fire at red purple. Actually, no, I'll bonus action to study up on red purple.
Okay.
So she can that skeleton can give me a deception roll.
All
I
right.
cannot roll below a 14 on mine.
They
we
are
go.
super duper charismatic.
I believe it.
Oh, so charismatic.
Oh.
So he can take this arrow to the face. Hopefully.
He is in half cover, in the same way that you were in half cover from him.
Let's see
so.
if this helps.
Oh shit!
Oh shit.
Just a total retaliation shot at the red purple. Your arrow is truer than it has ever been. Hits him right in the jaw, takes it off, shearing the backbone, the spine in the process, and the skeleton falls to the ground. Once again, a pile of bones.
Fucker.
Fucker. Fucker.
And I shall remain where I am.
All right. Monty.
All right, Monty is going to go after Pink, and we're going to pull out Talon, and we are going to, with Booming Blade, attack.
Nice.
Assuming an
Hmm.
18.
Bringing out Talon, you bring it down and you swipe into the skeleton. You manage to connect
For 8.
for 8 damage. The remnants of this skeleton, after it had been kind of broken into from the back half of Alice's pole arm, you managed to finish off the skeleton, just crushing the skull. The skeleton is dead.
And that'll be turn.
All right, Alice.
I'm gonna go for red green here.
All right.
Great show.
I'm gonna
Second.
recklessly attack him with my halberd.
I'll find you handsome. Please find you.
Your halberd,
Oh, I
and the
hit him.
skeleton is just like right in your face. You take your halberd and you slash down.
Yes.
You connect. doing 9 damage. You, the skeleton takes the damage and he looks at you and just like opens his jaw, and this shriek that you've never heard before comes out. He's pissed.
If he wants more, I'll hit him with the other end.
He wants more.
He wants a
Thank
second
you,
scoop
sir.
of
May I
that
have another?
recklessness.
A second scoop.
Oh,
God damn, you
man.
guys are rolling
You're
on.
killing the rolls. He wants to go to Pato,
just retaliation.
virtually.
Bitch, there's a
Uh,
pandemic on.
No, you can book a spot. You can go. Go get
Yeah.
your social
Plexiglass
security.
encased fucking
Slot
slot
machine.
machine.
Hey, why
Just
did you give us
retaliation
military
for
white?
yelling in your face. You bring it the back end of your pole arm up and just utterly destroy. Bones go scatter all over. The skeleton that was in front of you is no longer there.
We're the
Well, the
murder
Mark-
brothers.
All the marbles.
Murder
smoke
siblings,
will
I
just
guess.
Take care of that COVID. No
All
problem.
right. Terran.
Bed bugs can get COVID.
I don't know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I will attack this skeletal fuck right here. Oh. I know I hit, so I will roll damage.
You bring your sword down into him and you connect.
I connect.
And you do.
He's clicking.
I connect.
It's
And
like the Xbox
Clicking.
Connect. A
Let's
big
see if I
fail.
can just roll. I'm just gonna roll the damage from this part here.
XP Connect worked for me.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, mine's worked before. It didn't work right now.
It seems okay though.
That seems like enough.
You
That
bring
seems
your
like-
great sword down, and just like as you bring it down, you connect, and it just scatters the remains at the feet to the left.
Yeah.
That skeleton in front of you, Orange Red, is no more.
I will not
Bye.
forget your existence.
Well, bye.
With that, it is the skeleton's turn. Let's see, who do we have left? We have Green is going to take a swipe at you, Monty, with his short sword.
I'm gonna make an attack quick just to test if the damage stopped working for me altogether.
Okay.
No, it's just that one attack. Weird. Okay, we're good.
All right, Monty does a 16 hit with his short sword.
No, it does not, because we are going to shield.
Because fuck you, that's why.
Because fuck you, I have spell slots to burn.
All right, as the skeleton brings down his short sword, you bring your arm up, and this magical blue aura of a shield forms around it. You parry off his short sword, living to see another strike another time. Kohi, actually, we'll go. Orange is going to come up, seeing that his blue friend is going to take care of you, Kohi. Orange is going to come at you, Alice, and
Come at
take
me.
a swipe with his short sword. Or her short sword. I'm not quite sure. With its short sword,
Potato, tomato. It's all good.
with advantage. Sorry.
Yes, indeed.
Not much better. It trips over some of the other skeletal remains around it, and as it tries to come at you, it hits its toe, hits a helmet and breaks off, and it looks down, and as it does, it misses you. Kohi, the blue one, is going to try and take a swipe at you with its short sword. And being distracted by seeing his friend trip, it is also distracted, and his short sword doesn't find the small nooks and crannies of your tortoise shell, and goes. You can hear the scraping along the back side of you. Finally, Red Yellow, with his bow up, terrified as to what's about to happen, tries to take a short bow shot at you, Tehran.
Yep.
Oof, they are not rolling well tonight.
Good. Fuck 'em.
Feeling scared for whatever remains of their second short lives. All four attacks go, and you guys are feeling the power tonight.
Yeah. Use it to fuck these skeletons in their stupid eye socket.
All right, with that,
Your
Kohi,
stupid eye socket.
you are up.
Let's try
Why is
this.
does the music go intermittent for everyone else?
It
Does
did
it-
cut out for a
standard for me.
second there, but
Does it go out when
Talking.
someone talks?
Yeah, that might be it.
yeah.
I think it's when we talk to him. It cuts it to us. Maybe.
Or is it when I'm
Don't know.
talking?
I think it plays fine when you're talking. I think
Okay,
when we're talking, I think it might be trying to stifle background noise for you.
I
gotcha.
don't know.
All right, we're gonna do word ratings again. Try to do a better roll.
Better. Make me proud.
Okay. So that does everything within 5 feet of you. So the orange one is going to make a Constitution saving throw.
Is it everything or enemies?
Take it. Choose. No. Never mind.
Each
I donated
creature
a collection
of my
plate.
choice.
Oh, okay.
All right. So the orange one sees your holy symbol and hears your words, and it feels this radiant burn inside of it. The blue one is going to make his Constitution saving throw to see if it can overcome your things. And as it tries to shield itself, it just burns up from the inside, and you can see this charred remains from the inside out. The blue skeleton falls to the ground dead.
And we'll move up to here. That'll be turn.
All right, Dapos.
Is Orange still alive?
Orange is still alive.
All
It's
right.
taking a couple licks from word ratings.
We're gonna shove my staff forward, and out the end comes my electric blast.
All right. Your Eldritch Blast hits the skeleton, and you can see the rib cage kind of expand out, and you can see it flex. It does the damage, but it does not end this skeleton back to its previous form.
And then I'm going to move up towards Monty a little bit.
Okay.
Green is still up,
Good day, mate.
isn't it?
Yeah,
Green,
is still up.
gold, and then red, yellow.
but this gives you clear line of sight now.
Thank you.
All right, Quixotic.
I will be bold. I'm just gonna stand where I'm at and hit orange.
Okay.
I don't need to do the bonus action because Kohi's right next to him.
Alice is adjacent too.
Oh. Oh.
You bring your longbow up, thinking that it might be. Oh, that's 14 damage. Thinking that you might aim true, and in an attempt to try and avoid Kohi and Alice next to the skeleton, you go just a little bit too wide, and the skeleton escapes from your arrow shaft unscathed.
I'll use a bonus action to look around for hidden creatures or doors or however that works.
Okay.
Because I can.
Perception check, right? Yeah. You look around. You don't see any other hidden creatures out in the hallway or just inside the door. You do see another door behind you, leading into another room. But that's what you see.
Hidden creatures or objects. Okay.
All right. Are you gonna move it all, Quixotic?
I will remain where I'm at.
With that, Monty, you are up.
I am going to bonus action cast Hexblade's Curse.
Green, I meant.
On green. And then I am going to attack with Talon.
Talon, you bring Talon and you try and like stab through the skeleton, and what you realize now is probably not the best idea was to try and do a stabbing motion, but you manage to get it lodged in some of the ribs, and you twist and jerk, and you manage to break off some of the skeleton's ribs that you've intertwined with. You do your damage.
Ooh. Exciting. Always do end slashing.
All right. You break off a number of ribs as you rip up to try and free Talon from the skeleton. The skeleton still stands, looking at you in disbelief as to what just happened.
Flinch at him.
Okay, he did Hexblade's Curse. Shouldn't you do an extra 2 necrotic?
Oh, you're right. I do. I do the extra 2 necrotic. Hold on.
I
That's
think
right.
it's 2? I don't know. Turn
I'm
on.
yeah. I just posted it above it. So, equal to your proficiency bonus, which is 2. So, 14.
It looks at you with a little bit of a cocked eye as it's unsure as to like what's happening as this necrotic energy washes over it, collapsing into the ground, reverting it back to its undead, reverting it back to its dead state.
Dead state, and it dies, and I get healed.
All right. With that, Alice.
Thank you for all your help. You are a sweetheart.
Who's a sweetheart?
Aw.
You are.
Aw.
You.
Aw.
He's on mute now.
I'm gonna recklessly attack Orange with my halberd.
All right.
Sorry about that, guys.
No,
No
I
worries. You're such a sweetheart.
There's-
though.
Sorry, I had
There's
a
worse
lot of
things.
compliment.
Sorry, guys. That compliment's not for you.
womp womp.
Having taken the womps that you've taken, Alice, you're just a little bit off kilter, and as you go to try and hit this skeleton, you go just a little bit wide to it. It parries your halberd out of the way, looking at you dead in the eyes.
All right, I'll try with the other end.
There you go.
Yeah, how do you like me now, fucker?
How do you like me now?
He looks at you with the damage that he's taken and knows that he's not long for this world as he collapses to the ground.
Oh yeah.
All right.
That
With
is
that-
my turn, thank you.
Tehran. There's one skeleton left, hiding in the corner, having just plucked off an arrow at you. What are you gonna do?
Going to cast Eldritch Blast. I don't have Eldritch Blast. I will cast Chill Touch.
What kind of a warlock are you? No Eldritch Blast.
There's no real warlock.
That's right. You're all real warlocks just take night vision.
I realize I don't want to get close to him and block everyone else's line of sight, so I'll just reach up with my hand and like make a fist, and you'll see like frosty necrotic damage curl up around his bones, and he takes
Okay.
8,
As
and
you
then I'll
reach,
retreat.
as you reach out and you pull this frosty necrotic damage to him, he stands there, and you can see this frost build up around his bones, making him look as if he's a little bit bigger, a little bit tougher.
Front row. If you hit an undead target, I assume he's undead. It also has disadvantage on attack rolls against you until the end of next turn. What? Never mind. I will not retreat. I will do that, and then I'll step into base with him.
Okay. All right. It is the skeleton's turn. The skeleton, having his bow up, is going to attempt to disengage from you, but knowing that it's it's not gonna take the disengage action. It's just try and move away so they can try and get a short bow attack off at you. So it's gonna move out of your range. You do get an attack of opportunity.
I'll see that, and I'll try to slip my great sword into between a couple ribs and pull them apart.
Okay.
That was almost really bad, but I think it still hits.
Hey, the skeleton trying to escape out of you to take a pop shot off at you. You managed, with your reaction, you managed to pull your greatsword out, slash into him, and say, "Not today, fucker." And the skeleton, just distraught, falls to the ground. No more.
Oh.
And with
Put
that,
out.
the skeletons in this room are no more.
Alrighty.
Nice work, crew.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was good.
Woo!
I have
Big
a
up.
feeling. Go ahead.
What's that?
I have a feeling that's not the last undead thing we're gonna deal with here. I mean, a lot of people died, and a lot of bad blood. Like, it's only gonna get worse.
Yeah, that'll do that.
We should be careful.
Mine, the cult. I feel like I'm in my element here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right.
Make our way across the
How-
hallway.
How do we be careful in the future? Like, can we just stick our head in and then close the door if they start rattling awake?
If there's a door, yeah.
All right, I won't break any more doors. Who thought that was a good idea?
That's adventuring. This is what we do.
It's literally called kicking in the door.
All right, well,
Does
not
legally
at-
result in
killing a
encounters.
monster.
I like our skeleton key.
I do too. I'm a fan of it.
I do too, but it doesn't make it so that like Tehran thinks it's a good idea. I think it's fun. I like that you do it.
All right,
It's a
is
it's a
everyone-
good juxtaposition for
To
you
be
do.
fair, we could have tried the handle.
Why? So you could just rip it
But
off
would
the hinge.
But would Alice try the handle?
all right. So I whispered to the group as we moved to the other door. Is everyone ready for this?
Let's do it.
Snap them
Mostly
turtle claws.
unscathed.
Well, some of us are bloodied.
I would call you that, yeah. Do you need anything? Do you have any potions?
I do. I'm gonna see what we got on the next room and
You gonna rip one?
Maybe
Yeah.
we can
well,
pause for a little bit.
Well, do we want to pop this door and then try it, or what do you
Let's
want to
pop
do?
Yeah,
the
you
door.
gonna open this door?
yeah, let's go through the door.
All right, I
Like,
will
go through. What do you mean?
I mean, let's continue.
lean
Go
over
through like
and
the door
open the
is not
handle
there.
and just kind of let the door swing in.
You reach over and touch the handle with your hands, and the door is not locked. You turn the handle down, you turn the handle, and you push in, and the door opens. Inside, you see what looks like, from where you were at, an empty room.
Was
There's
was
an
the
empty
last
room
one like a
last time.
barracks? Like, were there like footlockers and stuff that we didn't look in?
Yeah,
or
we
was it
we
mostly,
didn't
like-
toss
Yes,
that room.
that
so
is
we'll have to
accurate.
go back to it.
We'll go back once we
Okay.
toss this room.
Go ahead.
Like completely empty, or can I?
Red light.
Oh,
Or is he just playing with us?
Nope,
Huh?
it's real.
I'm
It's a
on to
real
you,
one.
Rob. I'm on to
Yeah, I
you.
heard
That
it.
one.
I heard it start.
I think he can actually still hear us. So
I know he
I know you
can.
can.
it's his up.
There we
It's
go.
his upload.
There
it
it
is.
So,
Okay.
is it completely empty, or is it like the other room where?
Dead
Can
body.
I just make a perception check?
do you want to look into the room? You're kind of hidden around the corner.
I'll poke my head around and kind of peek into the room.
Looking around the room, you see that this chamber was probably once an office or a storeroom of some kind. A large stone counter bisects the room, set with 3 dusty balance scales made of iron. On the back wall, you see cubby holes carved into the wall, stuffed with dusty paper scraps. Several long dead corpses, gnomes and orcs by their look, are sprawled across the floor.
The 10, Rob. If that helps.
Red light, Rob.
I think red light, Rob. Always
Oh,
playing with us
oh,
again.
Hey,
Hey, green light.
What you doing, Robert?
I
Robert?
missed the whole description, so it sounds like there's cubbies in there.
There's
You
dead
see
bodies.
a chamber that was probably once an office or a storeroom with a number of
Mhm.
cubbies on the far north wall, with stuffed with dusty paper scraps. Along the you also see several long dead corpses of gnomes and orcs sprawled across the floor.
It sounds like the lobby desk for an old European hotel.
Or
That's a good description.
Back in
Okay.
station.
fair
In a
enough. All
mine.
right, so I'll explain. Was there's more skeletons in here. It looks like the lobby desk of a old hotel.
We talking like a Super 8 or we talking about like the Ritz?
Like an old classy hotel,
Like an old
not like
classy
a
hotel.
Super 8.
You want to take a look? I'll back you up.
I'm
Yeah,
more of a
sure.
Motel 6 person.
I will stealthily step into the room and immediately search for hidden creatures.
You make a perception check.
Stealthily.
All right, make me a stealth check and then a perception check.
In that room.
Oh god damn.
Turtle just pushes you in.
Yep.
Alice is quite
There's
excited to get
things
into
in
this room
here.
to see what's on the other side. She pushes you in and gently, and as you walk through the door, you don't notice anything hidden amongst the room as you immediately walk in.
Exotic, you're not facing the room. What are you looking at?
All right.
Perception is a 10. I mean, that's a reasonable perception.
Average. Yeah.
Like
He's
an
not no
average
fucking-
American's
yeah.
perception. You know how
He's a
average,
normal person.
you know how
Mr. Magoo with a
perceptive
10,
normal people are?
I suppose.
All right. So I step in and don't see anything particularly useful.
Do we want to check in the cubbies? Or
Might
is
as
that
well.
probably-
Might as well look around.
Front
And
desks
then-
are where the goods are. It's where they hold your guns until you ask for them back.
Safe. Safe is under there.
There's gonna be so many crossbows in this room.
It's all
You
cross-
found 52 crossbows.
Walking in, so it's up here.
I'll watch the door like before.
As
I start
you
searching?
as you walk around to the other side of the counter, make me an investigation check for Kohi. If you're over there.
Mm-hmm.
Is anyone helping? Or are you all just looking independently?
It was my idea. I
I
could
was the
help.
only one over there.
As you kind of look through the cubbies, can you read Dwarvish?
Nope.
You see a number of notes in the cubbies that the handwriting looks like it's probably Dwarvish. Kind of as you turn around and look behind the counter, you see what looks like a locked iron box with a padlock on the front.
Okay. So, can't read this. Kind of throw it on the counter.
As you go to pick it up,
Give it here. I
the
can-
notes just disintegrate into dust.
Well, looks like no one's reading those.
They belonged in a museum.
That belonged in a museum.
So I go to pick up the padlock case and put it up on the counter.
That looks like right up my alley. Excuse me. I was gonna help Monty and just like, that's me.
Yeah, I'll
Dibs.
come over here, and if there's anything else, like I can ritually comprehend any language, written or spoken. So
All right. First off, check if it's trapped because we've already had a chest blow up on us.
what? No.
That was a while ago.
Just
Come
happened.
walk up over here.
Just
you
long
still-
enough to keep
Are you
it
still
fresh.
sore about that?
I
Really?
mean, as he like stretches a little bit and kind of still scratches some soot off of his arm.
That was like
Look at it,
18
give him
hours ago,
some-
right?
Give it some guidance.
Yeah,
to
right. It was almost 4 days ago.
Where some
Uh,
weak spots in this lock would be.
All right. Is that perception or insight? Would you prefer, or just
Investigation.
investigation? That's what I meant. And then also you said guidance.
Guidance you.
I will roll it anyway because
Wow.
Do
It's a
it.
25.
25. This lock does not look like it is trapped by any sense. This is a standard iron padlock.
Well,
Figure out how the hell to lockpick.
If you look real close, do you see any teeth?
Any T?
Yeah,
Teeth.
teeth.
Teeth. Oh no.
Yeah,
This one does not have teeth.
from China.
Yeah, the
That
last
reminds me,
the-
I
the
hand
la-
back the crowbar to Quixotic. Didn't mean to keep this.
Oh, thank you.
the last one tried to bite us.
And
Mm.
then the crowbar thing.
It was worth it.
I
though.
did give you a crowbar. What is? I'm trying to look to see if there's a way
Sleight
to
of hand, isn't it?
roll.
It's
Is
sleight
it
of
sleight of
hand.
hand? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's more so make me a dex check
It's
Well, I
and
have
add your-
thieves'
add-
tools.
and add your
so-
proficiency bonus.
if you're proficient in stealth, and you're proficient in thieves tools, it'd be the same roll because it's your proficiency plus your dex modifier. So
Yeah.
if
Yeah,
you want to make it
Nice.
easy, you can just do that.
Mhm.
Or can you not click tools and then make a roll with them?
I don't think I
No,
can.
I guess not. But you can add additional skills. Oh no, additional skills. Can you not? Is there not
Oh,
thieves tool?
yeah, I guess I
with
need to.
additional skills.
Hang on, let me see if there's a way to custom skill. So
Well,
it'd be
just roll stealth now, and then you can do this while.
well,
feeling
but oh yeah, my stealth isn't double
Proficient?
super secret.
Okay.
Well, I have the double proficiency, remember, on
Oh
some
no
stuff.
shit. Okay, cool.
But I don't have it on stealth, so I'll just use stealth. So it's a 20 for lockpick.
As you stick your lockpicking tools into the lock, and you feel a little bit of resistance, and you know from your experience that means you're right on the right track, and you push in a little bit further, and you turn the handle, and you hear that glorious sound of a click
I kind of
as the lock pops open.
okay.
I got to open the chest.
Yep.
All right.
Can I
Is he-
go near him?
As you go to open the chest, you see inside that this chest was probably a chest that was overlooked during the looting and the fighting, and it contains the following
Cool.
amount of gold, silver, and copper.
So it's
Monies.
just cash, huh?
I only
Just
take
a
one.
cash box.
Huzzah! Ooh,
There it
Look
is.
at all the paper scraps we could ever want.
It's dust.
Yeah, right.
All the dust we could want.
Oh, it's confetti.
This does
So
not
you see
belong in
600
recycle.
copper pieces, 180 silver pieces, and 150 gold pieces.
All right.
6 gold, 18 gold, and 150 gold.
So was there anything else up here in that area besides the lockbox and the papers? Were there any other papers that weren't destroyed?
There's still a number of papers, kind of, still in their cubbies. I'm assuming Kohi only grabbed one stack of papers in one cubby.
Yep.
He just
I kinda-
runs his
I
hand
kinda-
down. them.
I put my head over my shoulder. Be careful, they're pretty fragile.
I don't touch them. I do look at them. So I don't know Dwarvish, but I can comprehend languages ritually for 10 minutes. So
Use the
I don't
restroom.
know. Yeah, I don't know if you guys if we want to do that. Like, you want me to do that now while you guys are checking the rest of it out, or if we think this is worthwhile to look at, or whatever. So
Well, we do need to search the other room. Maybe we leave one or two people in here to help you, and then go search the other one.
that'd be good. Was there anything down here in the bottom corner that looked interesting by where you are now, Quixotic?
That's a good question.
There are just a few dead bodies, dead corpses of gnomes and orcs, based on their bone structure. As you look at them from a number of years ago,
Do
Did
they-
any of these gnomes and orcs have pockets?
uh,
Stuff in
You
it?
touch it with your hands.
I mean, most of their, if they had pockets, they've disintegrated over the years. I mean, you see a couple of old tattered shields and short swords and short bows, but nothing really of interest.
Okay.
Unless that interests you.
Unless you're
Nope.
into that sort of thing.
Does what is that supposed to mean?
Okay.
Wrong.
So Monty, you're looking at the scraps of paper for 10
Yes.
minutes.
Yes.
All right.
And beeping.
Who's beeping?
The bomb's about to go off.
Very good.
There it goes. Right on time.
Oh, is that your security system?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So Monty, as you take 10 minutes to kind of look at the scraps of paper without touching them, you see the markings are faint, but you do notice that it looks like they are records of weights and disbursements, and it looks like it was the ledgers of the miners as they came in and out of the mine.
Is there anything interesting that they mined? I came up on the ledgers that I see.
As you kind of look at the ledgers, anything that remains, it was very faint. It looks like it's a lot of. You can't quite tell. Anything that was on there has been lost to time.
Okay.
And it breaks your fucking heart.
Anything else that I see in and amongst the cubbies or behind the cubbies or in the back corners or journals or ledgers or anything that could be interesting?
Anything else you think that may have been in here at one point? You think probably got plundered during the battle.
Okay then. I report back in with the team.
All right, why don't we make quick work of the barracks,
Yeah,
I
the room
suppose?
and-
Let's
yeah.
get out of here.
Okay.
Okay.
So I'll
Uh,
go in and search the barracks.
yes. Somebody make me an investigation check with advantage.
Ooh, ooh.
It ain't my job.
I'll do it.
I'll
Me,
assist,
pick
but
me. There we go.
Yo.
Okay.
Good enough for rock and roll.
Yeah, looking through the scattered piles of bones and skeletal remains across the room, you see old shields, a couple of pikes, a number of short swords. It doesn't look like anything. You think that, I mean, being that this was the opening of the mine, this was probably one of the first areas that during the battles was looted or raided. So
Okay.
you don't find anything of note in here.
Okay. All right. Then that's it. There's nothing of note unless you want a shield or something. Are they of particularly good craftsmanship, or are these just shit dwarf shields?
They are not great craftsmanship shields.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So we're good to go.
Back up we go.
did we want to take a minute to
Oh yeah, do
Short
we, need,
rest?
hit dice?
do we need a nap for anybody? I mean, I might actually take one for once.
I would
Yeah.
like one, please.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah,
Let's
good
do it.
night.
Let's do it in the mail room where we can close the door.
Yeah. It's a good idea.
I agree. Let's sit. I'll sit next to the door with my back against the wall. I'll rest there.
All right, and you all get your extra bonuses too for the health. So
Nice.
extra D6.
Do we get that? Do we get your D6 whether we roll a hit die or not, or do we have to roll?
No,
a
I
hit
think
die?
we
You
have
have
to
to
roll one.
roll a hit die.
Woo!
Nice.
9 + 6. Cool.
Well, it's a die. You don't just get.
We get a D6.
Yeah, I don't need it though. That puts me to full.
I want to roll it in. Tell me what to do.
Why? I don't get it as temporary hit points.
So I want it.
It's my hit points, and I want it now.
I want to roll all the big numbers.
I want an Oompa Loompa Daddy, and I want it now.
Need rest. No.
Had my kids watch that about a month ago.
Yeah,
Which
was
one?
it as
The new one or the old
terrifying?
Hold
Start
up.
with one and see how it goes.
The old
Sure.
one.
one? Oof.
They liked it.
Ronald Dahl apparently hated it.
He hates
Plus a
everything.
D6.
Yeah.
Except for James and the Giant Peach. He likes that.
Well, I had them watch. Speaking of Roald Dahl, I had them watch Matilda too.
It's huge.
That shit was always on like TNT. Are we chopping up this money here?
I don't need it.
You want it
now.
right now? What are you
We
gonna buy
should
with it?
just
I don't
let
need
someone
material
carry
things.
it
Should I let that be me?
to carry money.
No, the. It's good
Yeah.
enough, right?
That's perfect.
What's going on?
Oh, I did a nice hit die and bonus die.
Yeah.
Oh,
She rolled
nice.
like an 11 out of 12 and then a 6 out of 6.
she
That's
got
awesome.
like 29
Uh,
or yeah, 19.
For
Sorry, not
19.
29, 19.
Oh,
Captain,
19 on
Captain
one.
Boss Man.
Carried one too many once there, my friend.
It
If
is.
you were taking a rest, his inspiration would fall off.
Yeah, I was gonna ask. The inspiration went away.
Yeah.
It does after 10 minutes.
Wah
Okay.
wah.
I get my
Captain
spell
Big
slot
Boss
back.
Man, it's
Nice.
safe to assume my boots are now attuned as we have
Yes.
rested
Oh.
an hour. Okay.
Are we all
I'll be right
rested
back.
up then?
Hmm?
Are we all
Indeed.
rested up then?
Indeed. Let's do the thing.
All right,
Then we should get going.
Tehran, did you, Colin, did you update Tehran's health on Roll20?
Yeah, I'm maxed up.
Okay. Oh, on
No.
D&D Beyond, not
Yep.
on.
No, yours is not.
On D&D Beyond, not roll 20. My health is 31 of 31.
So can
Okay.
you? Can
That's
you-
what I was asking on Roll20 if you had adjusted your health. I just adjusted it, but I was just making sure I didn't double dip.
We had discussed it because I have two of the same windows in the same browser open and it doesn't do that for me.
Yep, that's fine. I just so I can keep track
Cool.
as a DM where you guys are at. So
Thank you. Why does my armor class keep becoming a 14? It's 15. Do you keep changing that? Or is it taking Alice's armor class?
that was whatever was defaulted in there at the
Oh.
beginning. So if that changed,
Okay, yeah, it's no longer 14, it's 15.
cool. I think that's what that's what I have on my little sheet.
Yeah, weird.
Okay.
We're ready
Alright.
to go.
You guys, having caught your breath after taking care of these skeletons and the sturge, you guys open the door, and on the other side of the door, you guys find all's quiet. You still hear the thunderous boom off in the distance of this cave, but for the moment, as you look around you, you don't hear or see any other monsters in the immediate area.
We investigate the big room yet?
You guys did look at the big room as you guys entered into it last time.
Yeah, but did we toss it?
We have not searched. Are you talking about the room I'm in right now? This guy?
No, it's skeleton room.
No,
Yeah,
we did.
no,
we
we have
that one.
not really searched it.
Yeah, you searched it
just-
before we took a
Just
rest.
kind of trash.
Okay.
It was searched before we rested.
Yep. And I apologize. I just had to run to the bathroom.
No, it's
No,
okay.
no worries.
Yeah, we're good. Yeah, we
Um,
searched the first room we wanted to. All right, to the right, or what
It's all
would we
rubble, yeah.
prefer?
It's a collapsed former entrance to the whole thing. Theron would say, we can make a decision now. We could either go forward and head maybe into more of the center of this complex, or we could stay to the edges of it and try to keep a protected side. If we go down the middle, we could be surrounded. If we go down an edge, we might be better off. So,
I second that because these guys
let's,
have been there've been a lot of them, so I do not want to get surrounded.
Maybe we can
multiple
skirt around
clusters.
the outside again, I guess.
and then maybe we should go right.
I will vote
Agree.
this way. Now, this cavern looks like it is not hewn like the entryway, correct?
Yes,
Looks-
this is more of a natural cavern.
Okay.
Over
Is
here.
there a direction that looks as though it's natural, like, or as though it was actually carved? I'm guessing this way, right?
Straight ahead, the walls look like they kind of start to become a little bit more hewed walls.
Okay, so are we to believe that this, like the right and left, opened up on their own for some reason?
the way that I mean, like where the in the cavern that you're in, this was probably the start of a natural cavern, and the back in the day. Actually, make me a history check.
Yeah, I will defer to Montana for that. Is it normal for the dwarves to leave natural caverns, or do they normally like hew out and make stuff? I turn as I point at the off to the
Yep.
east.
Oh shit! I'm downstairs. Give me 1 second.
Well, way to go.
I
How
know.
about-
I picked the
Damn
wrong.
it.
I'll roll with
Pissing dick.
advantage, and you add your bonus.
Oh, hold on. I'm right here. I'm right here.
Okay.
I'll do it.
Way to go.
Trying to eat a banana.
Oh Lord,
Yeah.
Can I watch? Oh, you're saying I'm trying to eat a banana?
Yeah.
Haha.
So history, hopefully. And I
Oh
will.
yeah. Holy shit.
Yeah, wait till next level. It'll be like a +7.
Roll with advantage, man. God,
Oh,
Yeah,
fuck,
every
sorry.
time.
God
It's
damn
good.
it.
It's 22.
No, hold on. I
He
could
could,
crit.
he could critically succeed.
Could be a 25.
Damn it,
Well,
you.
that's a 19. So yeah, it could be a 24, and that's it. Wait,
23
No, 23. You're
Yeah,
right. That's
okay.
the math.
Where are you going?
with a 20 or
There you go.
22.
Damn it! Now you
Uh,
made me blow up 2 really good history rolls.
Right. Your kind of knowledge of dwarven mines, and knowing that this, from your talking with Gundren on your way here, that this wasn't necessarily just a dwarven mine, but a collaboration mine between a number of different races. Knowing that the power that was, the powerful weapons and tools and armor that came out of here, that they that they would use caves and caverns to their advantage, without having to make extra work for themselves, that they would try and make the most usage out of the area that they had.
I share with the group that I don't think just because it looks like it's natural that it means that it wasn't used, inhabited. So
Okay.
we could equally find goodies and baddies on both
Um,
edges.
With your intimate knowledge of dwarven history, what is the likelihood of a natural cavern being trapped? Especially as this close to the entrance.
Trapped.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't think that he doesn't think that there's they wouldn't it wouldn't necessarily be trapped per se. And this was a working mine. They at the time of it, they wouldn't try and trap the areas where people are traveling through the most.
Okay.
Is it recently mined, or do we get the feeling that this has been taken
No, it's
over
been
by a
empty for
nefarious
a while.
organization?
This is like 300 plus years ago.
Okay, so and it's not showing signs of like recent remodeling.
500 years ago was when the mines of Fandelver, when the Fandelver's Pact was signed. Yeah, so 300 to 500 years ago, the mine was when the mine fell.
And we're not seeing signs of like recent like renovations or
No,
remodeling here.
Everything that you see is very much its original state.
Okay. I will
Alright.
move that way. I will do stealthy and perceptively.
Okay.
We'll do perception first.
Okay. Without even making a perception roll, as you start to make your way down the tunnel, about
Too late.
20 feet in or so, you notice that there's a faint glow coming from the other end of this tunnel that you're entering into.
Okay. It is starting to glow a little bit, I say as I move forward. That's not
I'm gonna
weird at
grab
all.
Monty.
Fuck me, it's kryptonite. And it dies. Alright. dun 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 dun.
And you'd be making your because I'm right behind you and I'm just kind of helping you, guiding you with my dark vision. You'd be doing your checks with advantage, I think.
That's totally what I meant to be doing. Do you want another one at this end of the cavern, or should I keep the perception that I had?
We can keep the perception that you had.
This looks different.
As you come into this cavern, you see large, dense carpets of a weird fungi covering large sections of the floor in this cavern. The growth includes puffballs a foot across, weird shelf fungus growing on the stalagmites, and large stalks in a cap a good 5 feet tall. Some of the puffballs glow with an eerie green phosphorescence.
I will kind of lean back and try and do a human telephone and say, does anyone know what this is before I start going traipsing through it?
I know it's
Specifically-
flammable.
Yeah, specifically no, but we do well to not disturb
Wait.
fungus in a cave. It's a good way to get killed.
Can I do some naturing?
Nurture the nature. The
Yeah,
nature
what
of
would
the
that
nurture.
be? Nature, survival, what's the...
Make me a survival check, Kohi.
Jump out front.
Can
can
I
lend you
guess,
some wisdom.
assist? Because I'm curious about what it is.
Are you proficient in survival?
I am not.
I will assist
So I guess I
because I'm
can't.
proficient at everything, motherfuckers.
Well, maybe you should
Alright.
help then, so I
You're-
don't go traipsing
you're-
through.
You're kind of proficient.
Hey, who made you the judge?
So why don't you
That-
come
that-
out
Oh,
and
that
help us figure out what
fucking
the hell this
19
is?
rolled to a 1.
Oh,
Supposed
I
to be
saw
advantage.
it leaned on
Time out.
19 and then
You
fell
have
over
advantage.
to a 1.
You have advantage because he's helping.
Yay.
yeah.
Do better.
Do better. Roll
better.
again.
Can you guide
Well,
yourself?
There's only yeah.
No, legitimately, can you guide yourself?
You cannot. I would think
Guy-
it's only other people.
Guidance. You touch one willing creature. I'm not
You can touch yourself.
You could guide yourself.
Not willing.
fucking
You
weird.
can
That's
guide
frowned
yourself.
upon. That's frowned
Wait.
upon with the clergy.
Okay,
How-
Kohi.
What's
Fuck
the
it
what's
up.
the time frame and how long does it take to cast and how long does it last for?
One action. Concentration up to 1 minute.
Oh, okay. So yeah, you could guidance yourself.
But once you use it, you lose it.
So
Right.
remember to
It's a
say you're using
cantrip.
it.
That's a cantrip, so.
That's
Yeah.
for a minute.
Go ahead. Bitch.
Again. Oh, one more time.
Don't fuck it up.
Fucking it landed on a goddamn 20 and it rolled to a fucking 8.
Yeah, that's happened to me twice. I've watched that happen. I go, ooh, oh.
And then I get my D4 because I'm gliding myself.
Glide.
Well, guide yourself then, man.
There. Make that.
I don't see it.
I don't see
Me
it
neither.
either.
Send it.
Glide harder.
What?
Wide smoother.
Fucking.
Maybe
it.
you're just really bad at it.
Roll
Roll
It
20.
was it was a
Or-
D2. It was 2.
He does not
So
know how to glide
15.
himself.
15 survival.
God damn
Needs
it,
some-
Alex. You
needs
could
to
have
Um,
spend some time figuring out how to glide himself.
Up.
In your time, your knowledge of mushrooms is more than the average person, but you don't trust yourself to try and eat any of these mushrooms thinking that they might be safe. You've heard of mushrooms in the past from other adventurers exploding and spreading their spores throughout, but you can't quite recall any exact
What kind or
what kind of
what they were.
mushrooms
Yeah.
that they were talking about. Based on what you see in front of you, you think that some of these look like they are held together pretty tightly, looking like they are perhaps a little bit pressurized.
heard- Go ahead.
But knowing there have been ways for people to get through these mushroom fields before, you think.
Okay, so question.
Yeah.
Is it something where you could now that he knows what they are and what to look for, could you mark it on the map, or is it something where we would just make like a
Really, like, all
acrobatics
green
check or something to go
blotches
through
are
it?
that.
I mean, everything that's kind of in green
Okay.
on the map in front of
Stonewalking
you
green.
are the
So you're
mushrooms.
talking like here, or you're
Mm-hmm.
talking like also here? 'Cause
Here,
it's like
and
bleeding over.
there's parts where it is not as thick on the walls. There are, I guess, make me an investigation check if you're looking for if you're gonna try and look for a way through.
I do not want to die a terrible death by fire and poison and fungus.
Yeah, looking at the room, you think that if you're careful, that you could probably try and make your way through, but it's going to be a you think that it's without knowing exactly what fungus may or may not cause a spore dispersion to happen. It's going to be a real tough thing to make sure that you're not stepping on the wrong thing.
I've
Okay,
heard stories.
um,
I've heard stories of
Yes,
these
you're always
mushrooms.
supposed
They
What?
explode and they.
With that same investigation check, is there anything in this room that's worthy of closer inspection?
You do see on the north side of the room what looks like an exit coming out of the other side, or going to
Okay.
another portion of the.
Up this way.
No, that's you said
no.
north, right?
North.
We can
Yeah.
move
But
into this
nothing
area
back
slightly.
here, right?
As you look across past the stalagmite, it looks like it is a dead end towards the end.
Okay. Well, I wasn't necessarily looking for pests here. I was looking for interesting stuff. So with a 21 investigation, do anything see anything shiny or like useful tucked in under the fungus?
From 60 to 80 feet across, you don't see anything.
Fair enough. All right.
I feel like we should just move through this area and not disturb.
Yeah.
anything.
Okay, so I have the good investigate, right? And we know we have a decent survival. Can I pick my way across? Does it look to me that the south path around is safer or the north path? Like this one or this one?
It looks like you can probably. Looks like this pathway is probably the south path is at least easier right away, shorter pathway, but you aren't sure kind of what's on the other side of the stalagmites and whatnot. So
Do you have Slack open?
I can get it open.
Okay. I will continue to go this way then. And I will say, be careful, these things might explode. Follow my footsteps if you can, I guess, as I'm walking through here.
Okay. Starting right there. Pause.
Here.
As you get to, hang on, I'm gonna move your character.
Okay.
All right. As you get to this point, and for now, every 10 feet, trying to get towards the north, I need you to make a. What are we gonna go with? An acrobatics check.
I will do that. Out of curiosity, do I believe, and I guess I'll ask Kohi this, if we light these things on fire, do we believe it will safely disperse or will it actively cause a problem?
The stories have been that these things are under pressure, and any kind of disturbance will make them explode.
Is the problem from the explosion that they explode or what they kick up? And
That's
will
the only
fire
story.
destroy
I-
it?
That's the only story I remember.
Okay. Well, then I guess we're gonna try an athletics check and find out what happens.
Okay, before you do, where is I need marching order of where everybody's at.
I'll bring up the roar.
Apples.
Okay.
I'll go next then, I guess, so that Tehran is near Alice.
All right. Kwazatek, you managed to make it the next 10 feet through the mushroom fields without it looks a little bit precarious at one point as you tentatively put your foot down, but it doesn't the mushroom that you stepped on did not explode.
Oh, this is gonna sounds stupid. Actually, it won't. The fungus it's growing along the floor, or how tall is it? Did you say?
It's growing on the floor. It's growing around the stalagmites. There are some mushrooms that are a good 5 feet tall or so.
What is
Oh,
the
shit.
ceiling height?
The ceiling height of this cavern is probably 20 feet tall or so.
So if I had, say, like the boots of string and spriding and had like a crazy high jump height, could I say more easily jump over and or around them as opposed to attempt to sneak past them?
Sure, you can.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, I could also teleport, but I don't want to use the charges just yet.
Okay.
So yeah, okay, so yeah, I got to there. Is this area kind of more clear? It looks like there's a 15-foot clearance there.
There's still kind of mushrooms around the floor. It does not look as if it is as thick over there, but
Okay.
you still need to be cautious as you go.
Okay, to make things easier or possibly give advantage, is there a way that I could, with sleight of hand or something to that effect, like carefully or delicately remove some of the most bloated things without exploding them to the south, like in the passage I just came through?
If you want to try and touch them, I will allow you to try and move some of them out of the way to try and
no,
make it
I mean
easier.
like even like either trimming them or delicately doing so. I mean,
I'll let you try and do
gloves.
that delicately to try and reduce the DC
Yeah.
for everybody else.
I've got gloves and knives and thieves' tools, and yeah, I think I'd like to try that.
Okay.
Because I mean, of all of the people, I think I'm already the best at this. I want to make sure that they don't explode on people. So
Okay.
I say, back up just a little bit. I'm going to give this an attempt. And
Good.
then,
Make me I guess just a stealth check with your thieves tools and
I'll do okay.
efficiency.
So the thieves' tools. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, don't fuck me now.
you go to trim one of these bloated mushrooms and your hand slips, popping the mushroom,
Shit.
exploding, causing a chain reaction to happen through the cavern.
Fuck, run!
I need everybody to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, the whole fucking group. Okay.
The whole party.
I hate you.
Nice. I was trying to help. Because you would have passed that athletics check. Con, you said?
That's good.
Yeah, Constitution saving
Ooh.
throw.
Oh.
I'm not good.
I was
I'm
trying to
not
help.
good at these.
Don't like that.
All right.
What do I see?
Um,
Multicolored frogs all over the wall. What's going
tried
on,
to
man?
help.
I'm freaking out.
Send
Freaking
your
out,
shit.
man.
I didn't think the whole fucking cavern would explode.
all right. With that, I. This is gonna
Schnozberries
be,
taste like schnozberries.
uh,
All right, what am I tripping on?
so
Keelan?
Monty and Alice, you guys, inhale this large puff of poisonous mushroom gas.
Poison's just force, right? So I'm resistant to that.
That's how that
It's a
works.
force of
Yeah.
poison. It's a force of nature.
And you take
Okay.
12 poison damage.
The
You are
bees.
now also considered poisoned. And with that, you guys are now technically in rounds. There's a poison gas mushroom cloud spreading that has spread throughout the cavern.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
What are you guys gonna
Fuck
do?
me.
Get
We
the
gotta
fuck
fucking-
out.
We gotta get the fucking cheese out of here, man.
How do I?
Are you going? Are we
Let him
running
do it.
north or? I look at.
You're the only guy that's over there.
All right. Well then, fuck me. So is it safe to assume everything here just exploded away? Yes.
Everything looks like there's a large portion of things that have exploded. But
All this stuff.
No, let's,
you,
let's book it north. Let's book it north.
yep.
Well,
Get out of
So,
here.
Okay.
You guys are in rounds, so you guys need to make a. These are moving in
Initiative?
rounds.
Or no?
Initiative. We're just gonna go in marching order. So
Okay. So then
Right.
me first. I will move. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I will double move. 1, 2, 3, 4. Where does the cloud end? Here or here?
as you kind of come to the edge of the cavern, as you kind of pass. Come on, don't click you. As you kind of pass this threshold, you breathe in and your lungs feel the fresh air.
All right. I will get to there, and then I will bonus action check for creatures.
Okay.
Because that would be a double move, and then I still have my bonus.
Yep. As you look around, as you come into this cavern in front of you, you don't see any creatures ahead. You look up and you do see a number of glittering minerals in the ceiling, but there are no creatures in front of you.
Okay. I will. Yeah. I'll start waving people this way then.
Okay. As Monty, you're up.
Okay. I will be moving then 5, 15, 20. Did we still have to watch out for these clouds like in that area right here?
I think
or is
they
that-
already exploded.
They got pooped.
They already exploded, but there is still a gas cloud
25,
in the room here.
30, and then double moving 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And yeah, and that'll be it.
Okay. I guess Monty, make me a Constitution saving throw. Having just breathed in this large lungful of mushroom gas,
Ain't doing that again.
you manage to duck your head into one of the side things and get a gasp of fresh air as you make it towards the other side of this cavern. You don't take any damage.
I shout to everybody. I was like, it looks like most of the spores are cleared. You can probably make a straight line to where I am.
Okay, with that, Tehran, you are up.
Get through the mushrooms.
Yeah.
It's going to be difficult terrain through the mushrooms in front of you.
Yeah, but those aren't the ones that went off, are they? And by in front of you, do you mean this or do you mean this? What's in front of you?
To the north of you.
Okay,
Sorry.
that's considered in front of me.
Yeah.
But they're the ones that are exploded.
He was saying the whole cavern detonated, basically.
Oh.
Yeah, the whole the entire cavern is filled with a mushroom gas cloud.
Okay.
I fucking McGrubered it.
So is it still difficult terrain if I'm going around this way?
No, not difficult terrain if you're going around the mushroom, like the green phosphorescent mushroom field.
4, 5, 6, and then I'll go another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's all I have for movement.
Okay. Make me a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
You manage to hold your breath as you pass through this cloud, this mushroom cloud, ending your turn just behind Monty.
Does difficult terrain mean it like takes twice as much movement?
It doubles your, yeah.
So if I went
So
1,
your 5 costs 10.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yes. And then you get
You
to
can move
another
twice,
6
yeah.
if you move twice.
All right.
It still might be worth it than going around it.
Yeah.
1,
You could try and jump it.
4, 5.
You make an athletics check.
And I'll double move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
I have you just to the other side of the line, Alice. I'm sorry.
Yep. That's where I'm supposed to be.
Oh no, just to the south side of it. Just based on the fungus, like it's 3 blocks
Jump
of
it.
double movement.
Oh,
Make
I
an
thought
athletic-
it was 2. Okay.
Make an athletics check and jump it. You have 10 feet of running distance. It would technically stop the difficult terrain from happening.
Okay. Yeah, make an athletics check to try and jump over it.
It would negate the difficult terrain if you succeeded.
Nay.
Oh!
Now you're definitely in the spores.
Right?
Well,
I landed
shoot.
face first in the mushroom.
She went through anyway.
Can't be double difficult terrain.
Yeah.
Double secret difficult terrain.
Yeah, you do not manage to. You try and jump over it and you trip on one of the mushrooms and it catches your foot. You end up just short.
There you go.
Make me a Constitution
Yeah.
saving throw. Having known what this mushroom spores feel like, you know to hold your breath before you get to out of this spore cloud now. You do not take any additional damage.
Yes.
Alright, with that, Davpos.
All right. So 5, 15, 25, oops, 30, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Alright. Oh. I'm not sure how.
Right?
No, you would be one behind me.
Yeah, you'd be one behind Alice.
Oh.
Because you were still on. It's 3 squares of
Oh,
double.
it's 3 squares?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, damn it. Oh, well.
When
Yeah,
you
same.
move off, if it still has the jam on the bottom, it still counts as a double.
Yep.
Damn, I thought I had it. Oh, well.
Alright, Davpos, make me a Constitution saving throw. Seeing your friends make it to the other side of the cavern, you don't and seeing them hold their breath as they try and go around and through the mushrooms. You know to do the same, and you don't take any damage.
Come on, Kohi.
All right. And last up, we have Kohi.
5, 15, 25, 35, 40, 50, 55. Same place as Stavros.
Okay.
I
Make me a Constitution saving throw.
oh
That
Kohi,
regression you guys all passed. Someone had to fail.
as you try and make your way through this phosphorescent mushroom, glowing mushroom cloud, it catches your eye that it's pretty. It's very pretty. And you open your mouth.
My maw.
You open your maw agape at the
Move it, water.
beauty, the seemingly
That's the
beauty
mic.
of what's happening. And in doing so, you take 3d6,
Dang.
13 poison damage.
Still better than my
Get
15.
Uh,
And those 6s.
Monty, Alice, and Kohi, you guys are all poisoned for the next 10 minutes.
They're gonna rest on the other side of this fucking room.
so it's back around to me then, yeah.
It is back around to you.
I will move to here, and I will yank Alice past the barrier there. If she'll
Okay.
allow it.
Yes.
Either it's opposed or it's an assist.
Yes, please, skinny boy. Yank
So
me.
I walk up and so,
All right.
it would count as a shove action, I guess. Right? I can, because shove is just a movement. I don't know. How would you like to rule
Hold drag
me
something.
physically moving?
I'm not a used car.
I'll just say you grab onto her and you just
Pull
pull
her
her, you pull her
drag.
through.
3,500 for your
Yeah.
trade.
There we go. And yeah, and because of the boots of stringing and spreading, which I've used apparently a lot, I cannot be encumbered, or my movement can't be reduced unless I'm like crazy encumbered. So
Okay.
I just yoink,
Sounds good.
and then I will move out of the way so more people can filter in. I'll go to like there. And
You're
the room's
dragging-
still.
Alice with you.
I don't know how far you're gonna let me drag her.
And at this point, everybody's just gonna be able to make it through to the other side
Yeah.
without much issue. As you're kind of you're pulling Alice, and she's going with you.
Like all the way.
Yeah, your guys are kind of out of rounds at this point.
I don't know. Okay, Alice, you're not wearing armor, right? How
No.
like physically large are you, like real in game?
Did you just ask her how much she weighs?
I did not in game ask for that. I'm
Food.
asking
No,
for a
not how
description.
much you weigh, but
If
how
you put
large are you?
stones on the side of
I
I'm
mean-
probably an average sized tiefling.
Okay. Well, I was
Like,
gonna
I'm
say, you look like
muscular
Brienne
and
of Tarth,
trim.
or you like a
One
normal
moment.
shaped, you know?
Tieflings are they a little larger than humans in
No,
general?
I
or
think
not?
they're the same general shape
No.
and size.
Okay, then I would say I'm more like
You can
You?
just be a tall woman. You
yeah.
don't have to be Brianna Tarth.
That's
but
why
I'm
I'm asking.
muscular. Maybe
Okay.
I'm Brienne of Tarth.
It's just without the armor.
Yeah.
Okay. So, I don't know. One. Yeah. Either way, I totally just like.
Helen's just a big lady. So I imagine.
Oh.
She's a. Oh, what's
Be like
the?
a Katniss or something? Or
Who's the one who plays Angel
Ooh,
Dust in?
That's a good
Deadpool?
one. I could be Katniss.
Who's the MMA fighter who plays Angel Dust in Deadpool? Or
Ronda Rousey?
No.
no, not that one. The other one.
Something.
I mean, you could just be Ronda Rousey's size. She is
Well-
6 foot.
Dario
Is she?
Navarez?
I thought she was
Yeah.
shorter.
Alexandra.
No, like she's the same height,
that's
or
the-
she's
that's the
just
girl
under the
with
height of
wicked
professional
tits.
wrestlers, guys.
We're getting
Like,
off
she's
track.
tall.
Hang on.
All right.
We'll figure this out.
Kozatek and Alice, as you guys enter into this cavern ahead, you see glittering minerals in the ceiling of this large cavern catch the light, the little light that you guys are displaying, which is not much, and send it back to create the impression of a starry night sky. You see dozens of skeletons, many crushed under fallen debris, are scattered across the floor.
And we're now in Hogwarts.
The cave is large enough that it contains 2 freestanding structures. Each of these stone buildings is proportioned for human use, as opposed to the dwarf-sized doorways and furnishings you've seen elsewhere in the mine so far. Both of the structures have battered and blackened masonry walls. Their double doors cracked and scorched. The cavern is divided by an escarpment, which is a flight of stairs that has been cut. Passages leading out of this area you see to the north, the south, and to the west.
Gina Carano.
Yeah. Did you see that in Slack or no?
Oh no, I was just.
I just
searching it.
posted it in random. That's who I'm picturing. All right.
Stop it.
Am I lying? I told you they were sick.
What?
He's looking up porny stuff.
Am not. I said Alexandra Daddario is that chick with the wicked nice tits from True Detective, and I was like, see?
You're not wrong. All right. So the double doors are cracked, you said?
The doors are cracked and scorched.
And scorched from this side, I'm assuming, or or does
Yes.
it look like the flame escaped from the other side? Okay.
Yeah.
Is there anything immediately available that looks like it may have caused it, like say a trap or something, or
You think it was probably a fireball or
During
some
the
sort
combat,
of
okay.
scorched combat.
is
You
there
walking
anything written
past
on the
both those
doors?
right there.
Make me an investigation check on the doors.
I will make you an investigation check on the doors.
Oh no, I'm talking to myself. Sorry.
Oh, fuck me! It stopped on a 9 or a 15 for about a second, then flipped over.
Looking at the doors, I mean, like the doors, you don't see any writing on there. They are cracked.
Okay.
They're iron hinges. It looks like they might be partially melted. These are
From the
stone
cracks,
doors.
can you see through the crack to the other side of the door, or no?
As you try and look at it a little bit further, it doesn't look like you can look through the cracks on the other side.
Okay, I was gonna say I do have dark vision, but that doesn't matter. It sounds like. Is there like a locking mechanism on it that I might be able to say tamper with?
It doesn't look like it's locked.
Okay. Wait. Okay, so they're scorched, but it doesn't look like they were like held back from something or holding
No,
something back.
No.
Okay. So first off, I would like to apologize. I'm sorry. I thought that would go better. Is everyone all right?
All life's an experience.
That's not
Feeling a little
inaccurate.
woozy though. Maybe take up your mushroom collecting hobby another time.
I was trying to make it easier for you to pass
I
by
know.
with that exact scenario in mind. Do we want to try and go check what's on the other side of these doors, or do you want to go towards the stairs in the north? Am I red lighted right now?
No.
Let's take a look in the doors.
Actually, I need somebody give me a perception check.
I mean,
Yeah, it's
I
your
guess it'd be
shtick.
someone. Yeah, I mean, it is my shtick.
Actually, I would say,
I was gonna say it might have to be someone else because I'm looking at the doors, though, right?
yeah. More so.
I'm hanging all the way back. I'm not going further in right now.
Yeah. No, I'll just say Kohi makes a survival check. And looking down at the floor, he doesn't see any other tracks over here. At least similar to the ones that he had seen on the other side of the mushroom cave.
I look up.
So.
Do I see anything if I look up?
You look up, and in the ceiling, you see little shiny, glimmery lights bouncing back at you. You think it's probably just minerals playing tricks on your eyes.
Probably, right?
Probably.
Probably. So those doors?
All right, Quixotic.
Yep. I'm gonna. So you said they're. I don't believe them to be locked.
You don't think that with a 9 investigation, you don't think that they're locked?
Can I check them for traps, or are you counting that with my 9 investigation?
You don't think that they're trapped?
All right. Fuck it. Maybe a step back this time. This is totally going to work.
That was the whole cavern last time, so.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna let you guys arrange yourselves, knowing that I'm gonna open these doors, so you can choose if you want to be near them.
As you go to push the doors open,
Oh, they're push, not pull. Okay.
these are push doors. Looking down the ground, you don't see any scrapes on this side, and you go to push the door, and it doesn't move.
Does it not move because I believe it to be locked, or does it not move because I believe like barred or something, or does it not move because I'm just not pushing hard enough?
It doesn't move. You kind of look and you kind of push it again. This time you kind of shove it, and you're looking at the door, and it looks like the hinges have been kind of melted by whatever.
So I look at the hinges, and I look at the door, and I look at the hinges again, and then I look kind of back over my back at the crowbar that I have in my backpack.
Okay.
And I realize I'm just gonna try and see if I can jam the crowbar in under the hinge and just pop the hinges off.
Okay.
Wait,
You look at the
time
hinges.
out.
You look at the door. Back to me. Look at the hinges.
Scratch
look at
out.
the door.
No, you're right.
You're
It should be pull based on the hinges.
Yeah, you said the hinges are on this side, so it would be
I
a
did.
pull door.
Yeah.
Okay.
It would be a pull door.
Yeah, that's why I was confused.
Yep.
All right, so yeah, if I pop the hinges off, then the whole door will just fall one way or the other, right?
You think that might be a possibility?
All right, yeah, I'll pop up my crowbar and I'll look to Alice and say, I might need a hand with this. This is dwarven construction. Yeah.
Oh yeah, let's do it.
All right.
Make
I'm
me
gonna defer to
a
you.
strength check.
Me?
Yes.
With advantage.
Actually, that might even be athletics.
It's a strength check, is what I'm looking for.
Yeah, but it's whether or not she's proficient with it.
I like a strength check. Wait, and not
Yeah.
a saving throw. Can't.
I
save.
will have you use the crowbar, and crowbar automatically gives you advantage.
You just click on strength.
This one?
Yeah.
With advantage?
Yeah.
Come on, door. Door me up, door face.
Yeah.
You wedge
What is the spectrum?
the crowbar in under the hinge, and it over the past 500 years or so, these hinges have kind of rusted after they've been melted, and you manage to kind of break it off, and as you do so, the door this time topples in to the room in front of you, and inside you see the following. You see a room. You see a room covered in dust and ash, walls blackened by fire. Heaps of debris beneath a sagging ceiling show that this room was damaged by a destructive blast. The furnishings, tables, chairs, bookshelves, beds are charred or splintered, but otherwise well preserved. A scorched iron chest stands near the foot of one of the beds.
And you said sagging ceiling. Am I to believe that the cavern is structurally unsound, or is it just that the ceiling is low for the area?
So this is a building essentially that they built in this cavern
Okay.
with walls and ceilings and whatnot.
So yeah, potentially the ceiling is actually could collapse.
Make me a survival check.
Okay.
Look at the ceiling. You think that, and the ceiling has been here like this for 400 plus years or so. It looks like it's sagging, but it probably has been like this for a long time.
Okay.
As long as it's not overly disturbed, you don't think that, as long as you guys aren't jumping on the ceiling, you think that it probably will hold up for another 100 plus years or so.
Perception check to see if there's anything weird in the room, and then I'll probably move in.
Okay. Yeah, looking into the room, and you see, you don't see anything. You don't see anything majorly out of place in here.
Okay. I will make my way to the chest then, I guess. You said it was where? Can you kind of ping it?
Yep. It is. Oh, sorry. It's actually at the foot of this bed. If it pings.
Okay. I will move that way then.
Okay. As you enter into the room, you feel a cold, kind of wisp come through you.
God damn it.
Does it feel just like the, I don't know, wraith that we interacted with in another area?
As you enter in towards this bed, you hear the words, "Your presence is offensive to
I'm out.
me. Your life forfeit. My treasures are mine alone, not yours to plunder."
Jeez.
I step in and go, nope, 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 nope. walk right back out.
Fuck this, fuck you, fuck that.
So that's haunted.
You got
run out
treasure
of the-
though.
We both run out of the door and we're like,
Ghosts
nope,
are ghosts. We
shit's
got
haunted.
a cleric.
Before
There's
you're
stuff
able
in
to
there
do
that
so,
belongs in
God
a
damn it.
museum. Okay.
I need so you guys are trying to run out of the room. Is that what
Well,
you're doing?
I step in and then something starts talking to me. I go, nope, and step back out.
Okay. And you were near the bed.
Well, when did it start talking is the question.
When you were near the bed.
All right,
Okay.
we're in the fucking room.
Yep. So yeah, as soon as it starts talking to me, I go, nope, 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 nope. Been here before, and start walking back out.
And as you are near the bed, and you start to hear these words, this ghostly apparition forms itself in front of you.
Wraith or something.
You hear, I'm leaving. We're leaving. We're leaving now.
You say that out loud?
Oh yes, this is. I'm leaving. We're leaving. I'm sorry. We're out.
This ghostly figure, looking like it's about to attack,
Uh-huh.
holds its hand. It pauses. He says, "Your life is mine if you stay."
Oh, I was gonna say, it said your life was mine. I was gonna step in, but
Yeah.
the rest of that
I'm
sounded
already leaving.
as
This,
threatening.
this is me leaving. He's got his hands up.
Whoop.
I'm out.
Sorry about your door.
Yes, sorry about the door.
Leave. You hear him say, "Leave your valuables with me."
Oh,
Oh, we're
fuck
not
that.
doing that.
Oh, hell
that's
no.
That's not going to. I'm like already about 10 feet past. I lean back and put my head in the doors. That's not going to happen. Then keep walking.
And with that, I need you guys to roll initiative.
God damn
There
it.
we go.
All right.
Oh, there it is. There it is.
Oh my
Thought that
god,
was gonna be
that
the
was
case.
great.
I'm sorry. That's not going to happen. Run, 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 run.
You have valuables.
I'm still poisoned.
Oh, yeah?
It has not been 20 minutes yet, or 10 minutes yet. So yes, you are still poisoned.
So disadvantage for still got a 14 with disadvantage. Good for you.
You have an initiative roll takes disadvantage?
It's a dexterity check. Initiative is a check.
Hmm.
So you have disadvantage on it. If you're poisoned.
All right, Alex doesn't do disadvantage.
I didn't know.
I am an 8.
So there, I rolled 2 7s. There.
Yeah.
Disadvantage enough.
There you go.
Initiative is technically a dexterity check.
You're a dexterity check.
Mm-hmm. I agree with Kohi.
Okay.
I don't know. That could be a compliment.
I mean,
Keelan, he's gonna
got
roll that
him.
beautiful bean footage.
He rolled a 6.
Yep.
I mean,
How's his deception though?
Give me 1 second. Nope. that's
He
not
was
what
a
I
dick.
wanted
He has to die now.
to do.
It was like poke our head.
Them's
and
the
he was like,
rules.
Give me your
yeah,
shit.
dick. You're dead.
We were like, "Hey, sorry, peace," and he was like,
Fuck you,
Nope.
leave
"No,
your goods.
leave me
I'm
your
gonna rob you."
stuff."
Yeah,
Like,
that's
no.
how you
Oh
get
fuck!
killed.
Fuck you,
Oh.
Wraith.
Oh, we're getting robbed.
All right. Well, he can still take it to the dome.
I won't say robbed. I'll say, oh, we're getting mugged.
He tipped his hand on how well he does charisma.
He can take presumably less than 12 piercing damage. Probably closer to 6.
Your arrow passes through this wraith, and you see it kind of expand and then kind of contract around your arrow. It does not look like it did as much damage as you thought it was going to do.
Okay, but it does look like he does take some damage from it.
It does look like he wavers a little bit.
Okay. All right. It's a ghost, so assume magic's probably better. He says out loud. And,
What did you guys do in there?
all I did was walk in and walk out of the room, and he's pissed off now.
I mean, we looked at the chest, but we didn't even touch it.
That's my excuse for most Friday nights.
Hey.
I don't feel like that's all the
Hey.
information.
All right, Davos, you are up. You just saw Quixotic run out of the room. Noping out.
All right. As a bonus action, I'm going to cast Dragon's Breath on myself.
Big brain time.
So everyone's aware of what it does again.
Cool.
I'm going to make it fire. And then I'm going to
This guy.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Perfect. And yeah. Let's breathe some fire, guys.
Do it.
All right. This is make a dex saving throw. Is that good? Is that good? The wraith
Really, he takes
Wraith-
5. So
apparates, and as it reapparates, it catches the tail end of your breath weapon, and it takes 5 fire damage.
What's high score mean? Is that bad? Did I break it?
Is that Grandma's boy?
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
So good.
Schwartz. Or whatever his name is. Are you farting?
Swartzen.
Swartzen, Nick Swartzen. Is she farting or burping? What's that
I
noise
don't know.
she's
It's a
making?
stinky dog.
She's a stink dog.
Okay. Dothpost, is that end your turn?
Yeah, bonus action move, attack. Yeah, that's it.
As you're looking into the room, you see another ghastly figure
God damn it.
apparate in front of you,
Oh,
and it is going to roll initiative as well.
it's that bitch from the woods.
Guys
Right.
have been following us this whole time.
Okay. And it's gonna go to initiative 7. And with that, Alice, you are up.
I'm gonna move in on him like a bitch. Wait, is that good or bad? And maybe I don't know that reference.
You move on him like a bitch.
It's
Yeah.
not so good.
That's really bad.
That's
Okay.
That's what Donald Trump said.
Oh no, I don't do that. I do the opposite of that. I'm gonna ask for consent.
I consensually move upon you with my
May I please, sir, if you
move
consent,
upon you.
I'm gonna,
Move upon
as
you.
my bonus action, I'm gonna
That
cast
is moving
Searing
on
Smite.
somebody like a bitch.
In a
Please, may I
female
stab
dog-esque
you?
manner.
No, that's a simp, not a bitch.
It's only if it's a girl.
Where am I? Do you smell toast?
No, I won't stab you because you're just
Um,
a pretty young flower.
So, since I'm poisoned, do I have to cast my spell at disadvantage?
No. You don't cast spells at disadvantage.
Okay.
No.
Spell?
What did I just do? I did something wrong.
You cast the spell.
Yeah.
No, here.
God damn it.
So what you don't click the damage because you haven't hit with an attack yet. You if you want to let people know what you're doing. Oops.
Oh, he did it.
Hey,
It's
bitch.
okay when you do it.
Fuck off. I clicked use, and for some reason, instead of giving me a prompt to, you have to click the spell. Yeah, click the spell.
Point stands that you're a dexterity save.
Still not.
I-
What are you supposed to do here? Display?
Okay, this is the third fucking time.
There we go.
Fucking damn you.
Yeah. So
Hold
wanna
on,
show-
the damage isn't right. Hold on, damage isn't right.
if you want to show what you're gonna do, you.
Okay, I
go
was
to
just trying to do
display.
it.
Okay. Well, you cast Searing Smite. Now you need to attack him. You have to hit.
Yeah, I know. I was working on it, and you told me I did it wrong.
Well, yeah, you rolled the damage. You didn't hit yet. That's what I was saying. Sorry. Thought you were trying to. tell
So,
them what
bonus
you were
action, cast Searing Smite on my weapon, right?
Yeah.
That's what that means. And
Yeah.
then I'm going to attack him recklessly with my halberd, so that makes it a normal roll. I believe.
Yep. Yep.
What? Now what?
doing.
Now
It's too late.
now
Now go
what?
ahead.
what?
Go ahead. It would be metagaming.
We haven't done any of that the last like 2 minutes. So
You hit with your halberd as you slice through this ghostly figure.
Right.
Now you roll for your Searing Smite damage. So we're back to your spells.
Doesn't he have to do it? No, I'm
Just
sorry.
take the first one, don't you?
Doesn't
She already
say.
did.
It's just on an attack. Does he have to save?
Was the first one good?
Yeah, I must make a Constitution saving throw.
There you go.
All right, so hang on. So it deals an extra 1d6. So okay, so he takes that. And then does it do? All right. So at the start of its turn, it has to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
Okay.
Each of its turns until the spell ends.
Okay.
When I dealt
He's
that
on fire.
that slashing damage, did it appear that he took as much damage as I dealt?
It, as your halberd went through this ghostly figure, it does not look like that you're doing as much damage as you're used to doing.
Now, if you were using Hue, I don't know if she'd know that though.
I mean, like, make me a knowledge arcana check real quick, Alice.
This one? Right?
Why did we say knowledge arcana? Is that a holdover from 3.5?
Yeah.
I have no
Yeah.
idea.
I like your
Yeah,
funny
'cause-
words, Magic Man.
All right. Yeah.
Yes,
You're,
it is a
you're-
holdover from 3.5.
You're trying to hit the. You're trying to hit the ghostly figure with the weapon that you're used to working with. So, all right. With that, Monty.
I'm gonna peek my head in because I haven't seen what's going on so far. So I peek my head in and I see, oh, there's 2 floating things in there, and I am going to. We're gonna bane. Yeah, let's bane. We're going to bane both of them. So just display it for now, and then we have to make a DC 13 save.
Okay.
Can we discuss how much I dislike the gentle whispering in my ear throughout this whole combat?
Does add something though, that's for sure.
Yeah,
Alright, pulls you in.
appropriate.
Oh yeah. Fails.
All right. So they both fail.
There's a poltergeist and then a named guy. Okay. So yeah, so that's a D4 subtracted from their attacks and saves.
Yay.
Cool.
And that was an action. So additionally, I'm going to pop back around the corner because I am poisoned.
Okay. The poltergeist is going to fly. What's he gonna do? The poltergeist is going to take some of the
Rage damage, but if you're raging, you're doing radiant, which would do a lot.
scrap left over, like the chest from the wall, and throw it at you, Davpos. So I need you to make a charisma check.
I like charisma checks.
Oh, hang on. No, that's if he's trying to throw you. Sorry.
Reflex?
Nope, it's just going to be a +4 to hit.
-4, so flat.
Minus
It's
D4.
Bane, yeah, minus a D4.
And then we're going to do this.
I mean, it doesn't matter. He hits me.
All right, so as this hurling chest of drawers comes flying at you, you're going to take 5 bludgeoning damage. And that is going to be its turn.
Question:
Yeah.
Am I prone now?
You are not prone.
Okay. I just thinking like a human being. If I got
Yep.
hit with a chest of drawers, I'd be on my butt.
No. It was a glancing blow, we'll say.
Better than average.
All right. Now with that, that's going to end the poltergeist's turn. Kohi.
And I'm dead.
Yeah, but we're just gonna keep hitting it though.
Oh. One
Yeah,
could run
but we'll-
away while
yeah.
we're killing the other one.
I suppose.
I'm on fucking mute. God damn it. I move up to here. Has any of them taken damage? Either of them?
Mormesk, or the spectral figure to the south, has taken damage. The poltergeist to the north has not taken damage yet.
Alright. We'll do
You're
Toll the
welcome.
Dead on the first one. And it's just a normal roll. Yes, they have. Oh. Come on. What are we doing here? Okay.
All right, a wisdom save.
Can't be real.
He looks at you. He goes, "Not."
Minus D4 on that one,
Minus-
please.
All right,
It's gonna be
I'm
fine.
kidding. I'm kidding.
I'll roll it. I'll take those bad rolls out.
Buh.
And does that end your turn?
Yep, turn.
All right. It's gonna be his turn, and he took damage from you, Alice. But he just had this spellcaster come at him, and so he's going to fly through the wall, through Monty.
Get an attack of opportunity.
Does he leave my reach? Can I hit him?
He would leave your reach, Alice.
He kind of goes through all of us to attack him, doesn't he?
He would not go through your reach, Davos.
5
'Cause when
feet.
he was
He would be
leaving,
able
he'd
to-
be on the other side of the wall.
He would be able to go, yeah. Your halberd, as you reach out, manages to hit him.
Oh, we can't hear you, Keelan.
Oh, can you hear me now?
I heard
Heard
him.
him.
I heard him.
Heard him.
Oh.
I won't pile on that.
As your halberd slashes through this ghostly figure, it takes not as much damage as you think. And it continues on its way. All right, and with that, Kohi, he's going to reach out to you and attempt. He starts making this like sucking noise, and I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Great.
Actually, nope, never mind. Sorry. It's a weapon attack first.
Okay.
And then I'm going to need you to make a Constitution saving throw. But I'm assuming a 7 does not hit.
That's a miss.
Okay. And with that, I guess that's going to. How many feet was that? Um, 5, 10, 15, 20. He's going to hang on. No, he's gonna stay right there.
No. Get out
Yep.
of there.
All right. With that, Ron.
I will. What does Hexblade's Curse even really do for me in this situation? I will just walk up to him and kind of produce my sword and swing through him.
All right.
Yo.
Ooh, yeah.
It's magical. My weapon is magical. Take 16, bitch.
Is it magical?
Yep, and it counts as magical.
It what?
It
Yeah,
counts
because
as
of his
because
warlock.
it's my
Okay.
weapon.
It's his
Okay.
summoned one.
Your greatsword reaches out and slashes through him, and it cuts him. And he looks at you, and goes, "You're next."
Not afraid of you.
All right.
End of turn.
And with that, Quixotic.
Are you said you are on what you call it right now? On Slack?
I did not get in there. And it's loading now. Sorry.
Okay.
What if I faster load if I load on my phone? Sure.
Okay. I will move to there.
Okay. As you move back and take aim.
I'm assuming did he? I'm doing the active one, so he would have to roll against that.
Okay.
Yeah. So I do that, and he knows I'm doing it. So.
Yeah. Okay. That's what you get.
Okay. That's it. Okay.
Yep.
So and then actually, you know what? I'll move to there then, and as a bonus action, I will attempt to hide.
Okay. Sounds good. With that, Dovpost, you are up.
Fuck me.
He knows right where you're at.
Yeah.
This one seems to be the bigger threat. Let's do some shocking grass.
Do it, he says. You reach out and you touch him. And you see this lightning kind of go around and through him like a cloud, and it doesn't look like it does the damage that you're thinking that it was going to do.
Yeah, well, I can't really do much more in melee combat, so that's good.
All right.
And then I'm going to... by 5 feet, just so I can keep the other one in sight.
Okay. With that, it's going to use its reaction, dive post, to try and reach out and prevent you from walking away. Does a 13 hit?
It does not.
All right. He reaches out and his hand just kind of goes right through you as it tries to grab you. All right. Alice, you are up.
Okay. Okay. 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna move here, and so I'm gonna hit him with my halberd recklessly. I'm still confused on the searing smite thing, so I'm just trying to wonder what.
Well, did he make a save on his turn? He had a turn since yours.
No, he did not make a save. Sorry about that.
It's a con save.
Constitution saving throw. Oof.
Just scroll down to see what he rolled.
So he
Good.
did not save, so he takes a d6 of fire damage. So why does it roll?
That's for the first one. The 2d6.
Oh, because you cast it at a level 2?
So is it
Say that
2d6 every
specifically?
time?
I think it's 2d6 for the.
When you cast a spell using
Initial.
a spell slot, second level or higher, the initial extra damage dealt by the attack increases. But I think it only ever does 1d6. Yeah, it
For the
only
second
ever
ones.
one,
Yeah.
1d6 on his turn, so he takes 5 fire damage. And you're not concentrating on this anymore. He's just on fire. So
Good.
this is no longer your responsibility.
Okay, so I can hit him.
Yes, you can hit him. Now, what are you using?
My halberd. Oh, you want me to switch?
You don't need to switch. I just told you.
Well, since my halberd seems like it's not doing as much as I want it to, I'm gonna see if maybe my other one, maybe Hugh will treat me a little better. So I'm gonna try to hit him with Hugh. I'm gonna hit him recklessly, so I'm gonna roll normal because I'm still poisoned.
You managed to connect with Hugh. And Hugh does more damage to this spectral figure than what you think your halberd has been doing.
Nice. I think I'm a two-hander, by the way.
Okay. Sounds good to know. Does that end your turn?
Sorry, yes,
Why is
that.
it so melty?
Well, with Searing Smite, since I'm not concentrating on that anymore, that doesn't count as like my bonus attack, right? So I could. Oh, but Hugh is not a polearm.
Correct.
Okay,
Yep.
no, that ends my turn. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, you need a +1 magical polearm.
Alright, with that. Monty, you are up.
All right, we are gonna do something fun this go around. So we are going to lean over to this Mordecai, whatever much you do it, start whispering in his ears dissonantly
Oh.
and see what we can get to come out of this.
Does he take a minus D4 on saves as well as attacks?
He does.
Okay.
Yep. Okay.
Err.
Minus a d4.
Minus a d4.
16.
He looks to you and says,
They'll take half of that.
"Whisper." All right, so he takes half as much.
He does still take half.
Okay.
And then I flip him off. The bastard. That's all right. We can do this again.
Gives him the Craig.
Okay. With that, it is going to be the poltergeist in the room's turn, and he says, "Leaving so soon?" And is where's he gonna go? He's gonna fly out of the room, fly through the wall, and see Quixotic trying to run away. And is going to see attempting to hide, but not actually hidden elf.
Yep.
And is going to try and slam into you to prevent you and slam you into the rocks.
Do not want.
Bad touches.
I do not consent.
Oh man, tough rolls tonight.
He just like shatters against the rock wall. Ugh.
He passes right through you and goes to the other side of the rock.
Whoops. Somebody
Yeah.
forgot to phase back in.
And I guess that's gonna end its turn. All right.
A little pea came out, I think.
All right, Kohi.
Right. Don't see where they are. No, there's one next to us. There's one next to us. That's a problem. Oh, mute again. Oh, no.
We hear you. We hear you.
Oh, we
You're
hear
good.
you.
It's I only see this guy, right? I can't see the other one. I'll move back and you can make a attack of opportunity if they want.
Okay. He's definitely going to try and suck some life out of you. Does a 16 hit?
Nope.
His grasp again reaches out and goes right through your body.
Alright, and then we are going to blast. How many people are down? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's magic weapons. 1, 2, 3. Okay, we'll just do this. I bless Tehran, Alice, and Monty.
Hey.
So D4 to all of your attack and saving throws.
Thank you.
Yay, thank you.
Turn.
Okay. With that, it's gonna be Mormesk's go, and he is going to. Let's see, what is he gonna do?
I told him I wasn't afraid of him.
Yeah, he's gonna look you in the face, Tehran,
Sure, bitch.
Good aggro.
and try and suck some life out of you.
Okay.
And actually fucking hit. Does a 17 hit?
It does.
Doesn't he have a negative something?
He's
Yeah,
a
he does.
negative
He has a
D4.
negative D4.
Yeah.
Boehner.
Does a 15 hit?
A 15 does hit. You have
All
to make
right.
a Constitution save.
You will need to make a Constitution saving throw.
Add a D4.
Oh shit!
Wait, am I blessed?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're blessed too.
Holy shit, yeah, you are.
So wait, that's an advantage?
No,
That's,
add a D4.
add a-
Oh, add a
Add a
D4.
Come on. Big one.
Fucking
Take half,
hell.
please. Yes.
Okay.
and then I actually take a quarter of that damage because I'm resistant to necrotic damage.
All right. No. So you take 24 necrotic damage. You can have that.
Yep, and then I half it again because I'm resistant.
No, you take half damage because you are resistant.
But what does
You
it say?
don't take
I'm
you
safe.
don't take 24 damage because you saved.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh shit.
There's some
Okay.
other. There's some other
There's
thing
some
behind
other
the
going
curtain
on there.
that
There
that
is
you
something
do
else going
say.
on behind the curtain.
okay.
Sorry for reading ahead there, Keelan.
Nope, you're good. Yeah. All right. With that, Mormesk is going to attempt to leave, heading south. Actually, you know what? Heading straight through the wall, through Monty. So giving Tehran the only attack of opportunity.
Not me.
Nope,
You're
because he's
still
on the
in.
other side of a wall from you, or a door from you.
Right.
Yeah, I guess we opened the north door, or did we open the south door?
Tehran, your 15 hits.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure. He takes 14 magical slashing damage.
And as he attempts to pass through Monty, his spectral form kind of disappears before it ever makes it to the wall.
As it like moves towards him, I'm gonna slice him straight down from ceiling to floor, and just like watch him dissipate and see Monty through the vapor of the ghost.
All right.
Yes. Cool.
You fucking coward!
You are
Try to run from me.
dick. Dick.
All right. And with that, that ends Mormesk's turn. All right, Tehran.
Does it end Mormesk's life?
It seems to be an ended life. Is there another threat somewhere?
Poltergeist?
It's trying to kill me. It's trying
Do
to kill
do I
me.
know where
Fuck
it is?
me.
I
Fuck
can't
me.
fuck me. I can't see it from where I am. Am I aware of it?
Is Quixotic
Well,
maybe
I assume I'm actively doing it. Shit, man, shit.
Okay. I'll just do it. What do you
You
think?
were trying to be stealthy, Quixotic.
Well, yeah, until it tried to hit me, and I failed miserably at the stealth check too.
For,
So I
for her
imagine
to,
I.
for her to get
Zoot
there,
Lord!
did she move in a straight line, like across, like I'm clicking on the wrong screen, but like across here? Like, did she move in like a straight line, or did she like disappear and then app right next to him? I don't think I was here when she moved and attacked him.
You did not see anything move to the north of you.
Okay. Is he being loud enough for me to hear him? Because then otherwise I will think that there's no problem.
Make me
And
a
then my
perception
stealth
check.
check.
I'm good at those.
I did roll a 1 on my stealth check.
Plus a D,
Oh,
plus a D4. Hey.
I think that's the best perception check that Tehran has ever made, even when he's on duty.
I
On
rolled
watch
a
duty.
19.
With a 22, you heard Kozatic swear as the poltergeist had tried to slam him into the wall.
Zutalar!
2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
These
Then I'll
bitches
move,
popping out of the walls.
I'll move here to see what's going on, and I'll see her, and I'll go, oh, okay. And I'll cast Cold Touch on, not Chill Touch. Where's the spell? Is she Bane still?
Was
Yes.
yeah.
Then
Yep.
I'll cast Frostbite on her.
I didn't get hit and I didn't drop it. So
She needs to make a 14 con save.
Okay.
Nice disadvantage.
Just minus D4, but
Yeah, well, subtract that D4.
all right.
Maybe she takes cold damage. For frost or cold damage, and she has
Okay.
disadvantage on her next weapon attack.
Sounds good.
And I think like a claw attack is considered natural weapons. I think it's denoted whether or not it is or isn't. So
Sounds good.
and I have. That's it. That's the end of my movement. I have one more move, but I don't need to do much else.
Okay. With that, Quixotic, you are up.
I am going to move to here. So I guess if she wants to take her attack, she can do that.
She sees you trying to move, and she tries to redirect your movement and push you across the cavern into the wall behind you, or into the wall up here.
How does she do that?
With a telekinetic thrust.
Is that, and she can use that as a reaction?
Yes.
Neat. Go on.
And so she is. I need you to make a strength check.
Do not
Contested
want.
against her charisma check.
Oh, that's bad for you.
Good for her.
Yeah. Do not want.
She's just sitting in there.
Just a straight strength check.
Yep.
Not like an athletics check. Not that it would
Straight
matter.
strength check.
Can I use athletics instead? Suck it.
She attempts to thrust you out of the way, but you ignore her thrust and continue on your movement.
Hey, so go ahead and bluff me now.
All right.
Make that beautiful deception check that I'm sure she's so good at.
All right. You have your sneak. You know which way she's gonna go next. Okay. So your longbow takes aim at this spectral figure that attempted to throw you twice now. You manage to. Your aim is true, and you manage to poke a hole through the spectral ghost. It takes the damage, but not as much as you think it may be.
And then I'll juke to there then for my last 10 feet of movement.
Okay.
And at this point, I'm seeing that they're taking damage, so I assume they'll take less, but I know they're at least taking some. So.
Okay.
And putting arrows through their spectral heads and just hoping for the best.
Yeah.
Okay, Legolas.
Can you mark her
Legolas.
for the brain, big brain moves, whatever the hell you want to call it. Super sneak attack.
Your stealth stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You have your eye on her.
I do.
All
Darn
right.
right.
Davpos.
I'm going to take 5 steps forward.
Still
A
here,
little
still
bit
here.
closer, making sure everybody's turned away from me. I cannot hit him, so we're good. Perfect. Breathe some fire.
Where did your
As-
icon end up?
As you breathe fire, you breathe it directly into the wall in front of you.
Are you?
Oh.
Are you? Wait. Are you trying
Sorry,
to hit?
hold on. I
This is the
misplaced
target.
Karen. Yeah, never mind.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're on.
Yeah. I was like, wait a minute. Who are you breathing at?
There.
There we
better.
All
Karen's
there we
icon
go.
kind of confused me for a second. That's fine.
Okay. All right. So she needs to make a dex save. Okay.
Oofda.
She feels this blast of fire come at her, and you can see it kind of collapse her in a little bit, but she comes right back. You go right back at you.
And retreat.
Yeah. Shit.
I like that you guys came out of that room like fucking Egon and Ray and Ghostbusters out of the fucking. No, it wasn't Ray. That was Egon.
Here we do.
All right, with
Right.
that, Alice.
Fucking wave noises. Alice.
Can I? If I go here, can I hit her, or is the pillar thing in my way?
She
No,
has
but-
half cover.
And
You
Hugh's
still have
not
Hugh,
ranged
right?
either, is
No.
You could switch and still get an attack.
Unless you're walking over.
Could be better than doing nothing.
it? Yeah, I suppose it's better than nothing. Okay, since I can't get to her from, or since I can't reach her with Hugh, I'm gonna try to do the next best thing and recklessly attack her with my halberd.
Okay.
Get off of there. I'm trying.
Get a D4 for your adder.
Is it a 20 or an 8? That's
Oh.
definitely
Do
a
it.
20.
Can I still take the D4?
No, you don't need it. You did. You done good.
You done good, yeah.
There you go. Ooh, those are low rolls, man.
Why did it
That-
not roll? Oh, it did roll crit damage. It's just shitty.
It's just shit.
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 Womp,
Unfortunately.
womp.
It's 9 damage. Then you get to do your bonus attack.
Yeah.
too.
Well, I'm waiting for. Is Keelan? Did you say anything?
Yeah, you hit. She took damage, but your halberd kind of went through a little bit faster than you were thinking, not taking as much damage as you thought it was going to.
Hit her again.
It's a D4.
Plus a D4?
Yeah, because you're
Yeah.
blessed.
Oh, fuck me.
Not so great.
All right.
The back end of your pole arm goes up, and as you're trying to reach around the rock, it doesn't connect with the ghost like you thought it was going to.
You attempt to reach around and fail.
All right. That's
That
it for me.
trombone noises happen.
Womp, womp.
At least they're not rusty trombone noises.
Oh. All right, with that, Monty, you are up.
Right. We're gonna move here and point at that viscous bag of whatever it is and shout at it.
Ectoplasm.
Ectoplasm, plasma, whatever it is. I bet animal friendship was the only way your parents could get puppies to play with you.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's a
Viciously
solid
mocked.
one.
That's a good one.
Get.
Pull
Doing
out
my
the big
research.
guns.
So that is a
Charisma saving throw, right?
charisma. Yeah, wisdom.
Oh, wisdom.
Mm.
It's a lot better.
With a -4 or a -D4. Oh, fucker.
Woof.
She looks at you. She's like, "Get better jokes."
Get,
I don't know. That was pretty good.
She says,
Just don't like
"Puppies
puppies.
love me."
All right. With that, it is her turn. And she is going to go into the rock. I guess, giving Alice an attack of opportunity.
I hit.
You hit?
disadvantage, right? No.
Yeah, because you're not attacking recklessly.
She do get a D4.
Aw.
God, fuck this.
An 18 and a 1.
Why does she have disadvantage?
Because
it's
I
a
am
normal
poisoned.
roll.
Oh,
It's not
got it.
recklessly attack.
Yeah.
Got it.
So she manages to leave your range, Alice, and fly up towards the ceiling. She is now 20 feet in the air, and is going to look at you, Dovepost, and is going to try and bring you up to her level. And is going to try, and I need you to make a strength saving check, or strength check, please.
No.
You're gonna be able to stay on the
I
ground.
did it.
there?
I believe in you. Never mind.
Not
chose poorly.
save, just a check, just as an FYI.
Oh,
But
it's the same thing. So.
okay. All right. So as you feel the ground leave beneath your feet, you go up into the air 30 feet. And as you come back down, it's almost as if you're trying to come back down on that first cliff you went down. And you take 3d6 damage.
Oh shit.
Taking 12 blunt force damage, bludgeoning damage.
All right, I'm hurting.
Okay.
But else I hurt this bad.
And so she's then going to so she went 20 feet into the air.
She used her telekinesis.
Yep.
Am I still floating in the air, or am I on the ground again?
No, you're in the ground now.
Your greatest enemy in this whole fucking dungeon has been the ground.
Damn you, Earth.
All right, and with
You
that,
fuck you, gravity.
Gravity wins again.
I've been falling for half an hour.
it's gonna end her turn. Kohi, you are up.
So
Where did
is
she end up now?
She's kind of up here. Is that where?
Kohi, you're not sure which direction she went last time. Everybody went this way, and you saw Dovepost fly up into the air.
Shit.
Keelan, for my
1, 2,
reference,
3, 4.
I saw her go up. I didn't see where she went after that, though.
Nice. I got it.
And I was looking right at her.
You didn't
I got a
see
line
her
of sight.
come towards you.
I did have direct line of sight on her.
I know
so
you didn't see her come towards you. She went away from you.
Okay.
All right. I'm gonna do something. So we're gonna do this at disadvantage, unfortunately. It's pretty bueno.
Bueno.
Just wait.
Say
It's
it.
coming over the telegraph. Get your side figure out.
You line up your
It's got to route
guiding
through all
bolt.
those Chinese servers first. So
How do you want to do this, Kohi?
Oh,
Yeah.
so I'm still feeling woozy from the mushrooms. Not a good trip. So, have my shield up with my claw and just goes out, aim for the face, not center mass. Just bam, right there.
As this wave of radiant energy washes over her, you just see her almost evaporate out, and on the other side, she's gone. And with that, you go back to hearing no more ghost whispers, and just the subtle pulse of the waves echoing in the cave. Can I have somebody make me a perception check?
Ooh, let me do the thing.
Sure, do the thing.
I was gonna say we should probably go see what lies in the hornet's nest you two kicked.
I know. I want to see what he's got in that chest that he was so worried about.
Me too.
As things quiet down, you don't hear the sound of the ghostly specters anymore. The pounding of the waves sounds like it's louder than when you entered into the cave. which would make sense, but it sounds like it's getting closer to where you are. So
That's neat. Yeah, I guess let's go check the. I want to check the room that we just kicked the fucking door open in.
all right. You enter back into the room.
I will tell them that we're getting closer to where the wave noise is coming from.
That'd be an interesting way to do it.
Do I hear more whispers as I cross the floor?
You don't hear any more whispers. I'm assuming you're going right for the chest.
Yes.
All right. Let's see.
I am gonna check to make sure it's trapped because I already had fucking ghosts at me. I don't need that too.
All right.
I think that's you. You've been having me roll investigation for that, right?
Investigation for that. Yeah, look at that. You take a look at the chest. Does not look like it's trapped. It doesn't look like it's locked.
Okay. I'm starting to go for the thieves' tools, and then I start to go for the crowbar, and I was like, meh, and I pop the lid on it.
And as you pop the lid, you see inside an enormous amount of coin. That it looks like this. Come on, do the thing.
It is this exact amount in these denominations.
Yes.
I thought it was gonna be poop.
It's a bunch of shit.
Alter poop.
One.
You see a pile of coins.
Okay.
You see 3 diamonds worth what you think is about 100 gold pieces each, and a wooden pipe with a platinum stem worth about 150 gold pieces.
Now, based on what he was yelling at us about leaving our stuff behind, I don't.
The hoarder.
Right. I would expect to see more items. Is there anything else in this room where he would have stashed stuff like that?
On the north wall, you see a number of books on the
Okay.
wall.
Ooh, books.
And then, did I see it? Is there a door to the south? Is that what I'm seeing?
I'd like to look at the books.
You look to the south, and you do see a door to the south.
I thought I did.
The door.
I will point Monty towards the books, and then I will investigate the door to the south.
Okay.
You said
Do you touch the door with your hands?
I do
Okay.
touch the door with my hands.
Okay.
I'd probably be around where Monty is by the books.
You touch the door with your hands, and it is not locked. It opens up, and on the inside, you see more books.
Okay.
You see a small table.
More.
You think that this was more the private study of whatever person lived in this abode.
Can I get a perception check?
Don't
and see if
touch
there's
them.
Anything spiffy in there?
Make me an investigation check.
Investigation. Okay.
Monty shouts to everybody, "Don't touch anything.
Okay.
He'll disintegrate."
Okay. I see nothing of interest.
You see a number of books in this room.
Okay. Monty, I found more books for you.
More books. Okay, but what are we looking at here in the books that we're looking at right here?
I don't know. I just found a shitload of books. There's some over there and there's some over here.
So what are the books that I'm looking at look like?
I don't know. Make me an investigation check.
Am I doing it with advantage because Devron is assisting me?
Yeah, I'm over there looking at books too.
All right.
Sure, make it with advantage.
Both looking at books. Oof.
Can you read? I don't know.
Let's It looks like an interesting cover.
Most
one's
of
really
the books on the
boring.
shelf are, as you're kind of looking through them, are mostly just history books. There's a number that have intricate covers. One of the books, as you're kind of flipping through, the cover seems a little bit thicker than the rest. It's kind of odd. But
I take the book with me.
other than that, that's about all.
Any other books that look interesting here? I'm gonna go look at the ones in the other room. But anything else that catches my eye that I might want to take along with that thicker book?
No, nothing. Nothing that really catches your eye.
Okay, let's go take a look in here. The same investigation check, or
Yeah, as you look through this room, you see a number of books on magical tinkering. You see a book on the history of just more of the arcane subjects. A lot of it is written in dialects and languages that are not common of today. It's not your typical human, elvish, dwarf writing, but you think that it was probably the research room that the what was his name, Mormesk, used to kind of research different things that they could possibly work with for the Forge of Spells.
so that
May-
might be worth sitting down and comprehending some languages a little bit more with this one. To
Yeah, so
pour through
he-
that then
Can I have a look at it?
you can.
I speak
Careful.
Draconic, Elvish, and Primordial.
Well, I can in 10 minutes. I can speak and
Well,
read any
yeah,
language. But yeah, take a look.
I could read it now if depending
Yes.
on what the language is, you know.
Give it a
We
go.
can wait till
Give it
10
a look.
minutes out. We can cure this poison.
Well, either way.
Or we
Yeah,
could just, call it good and take a long rest.
Kozatek, you attempt to look through this book, and even with the knowledgeable language that you have, the history that you have, this is something that is entirely different from that.
Is there a roll I could make to decide what language it is, just on the off chance? Like, I can't read German, but I know what German looks like. You know what I mean? Like,
Make me a knowledge arcana check.
$13.
You think that this isn't maybe necessarily a language per se, but more a shorthand
Is it a spell
wizard's
book?
book of sorts. Not necessarily a spell book, but shorthanded wizard information about how the Forge of Spell works.
Okay. So I look at it and go, try your comprehend languages, but this might be something where we need to decipher it as opposed to attempt to read it. I don't think this is a language.
Wait, we can give it a see if it reveals anything else after understanding its native languages. But then, yeah, you're probably right. It's something, that we're gonna need to decode, and might be useful for us to bring along when we get maybe near the Forge of Spells.
I imagine that is the case.
Yeah.
So,
Is this an
Other-
addition? Oh, sorry. Go
no, go ahead.
Just say, is this an additional book to the other one that I found in this study room?
This is the book that you found.
This is
in
the book that I
study
found.
room.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So that's that heavy, thicker, more interesting looking book that I found.
The heavy, thicker, more interesting book that you found was on the north wall.
Okay.
Or
so this
by
is,
Turan.
this is a different one on the south
Yeah.
wall. Okay. Okay. Got it. Okay. Yeah, I mean, if we're gonna take a rest here, and I mean it's already midnight, so we're probably gonna do something. So yeah, I can do that comprehend language thing, and we can see where that goes, and then
Okay.
we'll take these 2 books with us for sure. Was there anything else in the room, since we've kind of on the exploration kick right now? Let's get that over with so we can start.
As you look
Yeah.
about the room, you don't see anything else that looks of value, other than the gigantic pile of gold that you found.
Not good enough. Need more. Must have
So-
more. Okay. Cool.
Yeah. So we're gonna end it there, as you guys kind of, as Monty begins to sit down for 10 minutes with this book. As you guys sit in this room, with a broken down hingeless door, we're gonna end the night there. So
Okay.
cool. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, thank you,
Yeah.
Keelan.
It was good times. Thank you.
So I hope the sound effects tonight went over well.
The dramatic
That's fun.
wave noise has been is just spot on.
Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah. At key moments too, like we open a door and it's like, doom. It's like
Yep.
Minecraft, like spot on.
And that's just
Going to the
just
nether.
Lupin. So
Yep.
yeah.
Colin, have you gotten your spiffy Gengar yet in Pokemon Go?
The Mega Evolution one?
The one with the costume?
No.
I thought that was only a Sunday thing.
There was a quest for it, and then in raids. So,
Oh, and raids too. Okay.
Oh, I haven't
Yeah.
gone through the quest all the way. I still have a lot
okay.
more
I
to go.
think you get it in the quest. Either way,
Good.
I have
I got the
have
Cybele
3,
with
so
the Litwick hat on it. But that's
Oh,
like
yeah.
a-
so